of all 7 Heat Finals teams. Wade is the most important player in franchise history, helping lead Miami to their first title in 2006 with Shaq, while ushering in the Heatles era with LeBron James and Chris Bosh, and assisting in selling current Heat star Jimmy Butler on why Heat culture
fallout of the PGA
medication still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/joy.
Coming up Thursday, my Nuggets. That's what I said it. My Nuggets take game 3 and are 2 games away from their first NBA championship. So how are you feeling now, Miami? Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Saturday on ESPN Radio.
Here's the first one to Freeman, driven well, right center field. That one blasted, turning, looking out of here.
Freddie Freeman and the Los Angeles Dodgers storm into Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia to go head-to-head with Cal Schwarber and the Phillies.
Schwarber demolishes one.
The Dodgers and Phillies. Coverage begins Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on your smart speaker.
Thursday on Canty and Carlin, the Nuggets get it done on the road and take home court advantage back.
And we'll tell you why Game 4 isn't necessarily a must-win for Miami.
That's Thursday, Canty and Carlin, 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Do you ever wish that you could get closer to the world of sports? Well, with the ESPN app, you're one app and one tap away from the action. You can get live scores and stats for your NBA team, or follow your favorite golfer as she launches off the tee. You even get 24/7 coverage of the biggest NFL plays. So what are you waiting? Oh, sorry, I got carried away. So what are you waiting for? Download the ESPN app and get closer than ever.
Mike Greenberg is Greeny.
He went to Boston and it ended in disaster. He went to Brooklyn and it ended in disaster. He went to Dallas, and I guess it's not over, but it was an unadulterated disaster what happened there. There's a buyer beware element with Kyrie that I totally get. But would I be surprised if the Lakers make a real push? Certainly if LeBron pushes hard for Kyrie, I would not be surprised at all.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app.
It's one of Major League Baseball's greatest rivalries.
It's the real deal. It's Yankees-Red Sox again.
You have no Devers, no doubt about it.
You cannot say enough good things about Stanton.
Give us another Boston, New York classic. Sunday Night Baseball. Red Sox, Yankees. Sunday at 7 Eastern on ESPN. Presented by Casamigos Tequila.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I speak receiver. No, he's not excited to be a Raider right now. They cut his guy. His guy goes to New Orleans. He gets the playbook. He's like, man, we getting ready to dink and dunk. We got Jimmy damn Garoppolo.
J. and Max.
Rodney in Massachusetts.
Jay, I don't know what it is when you're a man. I love you, then I hate you, then I love you, then I hate you again, bro.
Spike Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
Keyshawn, I love you.
Are you insane? J. and Max. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. On Sports Center all night. NBA Finals shifts to Miami for a pivotal Game 3.
Does an attack, backdoor pass. Martin goes up and around Mitchell. The man out of bounds flies in, grabs the loose change and flushes it.
Fallout of the PGA and Live merger continues.
I still hate Live. Like, I hate it. Like, I hope it goes away, and I fully expect that it does. And I think that's where the distinction here is.
All the latest from around the diamond in the MLB.
He hammers this high and very deep to right and way out of here to the back of the sun deck. Ellie De La Cruz's first big league homer.
Plus, one of the world's biggest stars is taking his talents to South Beach.
It's a bit like LeBron picking out right now and heading off to China, partially to play basketball, partially for commercial reasons.
This is Sports Center all night.
I didn't believe in us. God did.
Here's Jay Reynolds.
White Sox, Tigers,
and the cast of Hamilton. What could they possibly have in common? That's straight ahead. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, Sirius XM Channel 80. But there's the NBA Finals. First two games, Denver opened with a statement on their home court before dropping game two, and the Heat took advantage of what Denver coach Michael Malone labeled as a lackluster effort. As for game three, Nuggets would have a 5-point lead at the half on the road. Then Denver's 1 and 1A take to the spotlight.
Denver's lead is 7. They're with the ball. Jokic, tip of the circle. Gordon setting a screen. Off the switch, gets into Love. Stops at the free throw line. Fires anyway. And right down, 20 points for Nikola Jokic.
He gives him the Chambord shuffle. One-legged jumper in your eye. Stop it, Nikola.
Jamal Murray out on the left wing. Now drives Butler into the lane. Stops, 360s, dotted line jumper. No. Chase down his own miss. Flips it up and in. What a play by Jamal Murray off the missed shot.
He said he needed to be more aggressive. He certainly is.
Nuggets would continue to build on their lead. They'd be up by as much as 21.
16-point lead for Denver. Adebayo halfway down the lane. Missed the jumper. Jokic, 20 rebounds in game three.
And down the stretch in the fourth, Denver still in control and piling on the stats.
Jokic with it up high for Denver. We're just under 6 minutes to go in game three. Nikola looking inside, couldn't find Gordon. Gives it up. Murray's jumper's good. He was fading to the right and he knocked it down.
Wow. Enormous shot by Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray dribbling between the circles. Lowry will get up on him, tries to poke it away, can't. Now Murray's going to drive, takes two defenders, flips it high off the glass and gets it to go. That thing almost touched the top of the backboard and went down for Murray.
I thought Bam got a hand on it too, and it went in.
Just everything going the right way for the Nuggets. And by the end,
goes to Nikola Jovic, out to Yurtsev, and the big man shoots a three, missed it, and there's the triple-double for Jamal Murray. Got the rebound with 5 seconds to go. First time in NBA history, two players, same team with a triple-double, and the Nuggets get home court advantage right back. They beat the Heat 109-94 to go up 2-1 in the finals.
Mark Kestisher calling it here on ESPN Radio. As Mark mentioned, historic night. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray becoming the first teammates in NBA Finals history to record triple-doubles each. Jokic, 32 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists, and a chat with our Lisa Salters.
Nikola, you guys pulled away in the third quarter, but Coach has been on you guys about the fourth quarters of these games. What was different about this fourth quarter?
I mean, we were just, I think, more locked in, more focused. You know, at the end we had little miscommunication, but I think in the global communication was on the high point today, and I think that's why we won the game.
You are the first person in NBA history to have a 30-20-10 NBA Finals game. What does that mean to you?
I mean, to be honest, not much.
I figured you were going to say that.
But, yes, I'm just glad that we won a game. It was a big one for us just because they won in our arena, so we just didn't want to go down 2-1.
Jamal really got you guys going early. What did you appreciate about his game tonight?
Yes, he's playing the whole playoffs. He's playing phenomenal. He get going, guys. He's shooting the ball really well. He's a really good leader out there, and we're just following him.
And Christian Brown, his impact.
Yes, I always talk about him as a champion, as a winner. He's always making a winning play. Whatever he's doing aggressive, and I think he has a future in this league.
And you've got the momentum back. How do you keep it now, Nikola?
Yes, I mean we got to win the next one. That's our mindset, and just win the next one, and that's how we're gonna get to the goal.
Thanks. Congrats on the win.
They won the one on Wednesday, 109-94 the final to take a 2-1 series lead. Teams, when a series is tied 1-1, the winner of Game 3 in the NBA Finals has gone on to win the series 80% of the time, 32 of the previous 40. Nikola Jokic, triple-double, 32, 21, and 10. Third career playoff game with 30 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists. Jamal Murray, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Nuggets taking the 2-1 series lead. You heard it here on ESPN Radio. Mark Kestisher had the play-by-play alongside PJ Carlissimo and Doris Burke. Mark?
Jay, thank you very much. The Denver Nuggets get home court back. They win on the road over Miami. 2 triple-doubles. We know Nikola Jokic can do it any night, but Doris, Jamal Murray came up with a 34-point triple-double in Game 3.
And I thought it was his approach in the first quarter that was drastically different from what we saw in Game 2 from Jamal Murray. PJ had mentioned it in Game 2. He didn't see an active, aggressive, assertive Jamal Murray. And all year, Michael Malone has said, we need him aggressive, attacking. It's about mindset. Well, what did he do in the first 8 points? 4 for 8 shooting. Jokic goes for 10 rebound, 10.7. To me, PJ and Doug Collins used to say this all the time. Everybody looks at the fourth quarter. So often games can be decided in the first quarter, and I just loved his approach.
They played from ahead from the beginning because of him, and we were anxious to see. No question, Miami took it to them in Game 2. What was it going to be like in the beginning? There was no question what it was going to be like. They were the more aggressive team, but it was Jamal Murray that did that. I mean, you could see instantly he was a different player than he was in Game 2. And it's not like he didn't play well, but he didn't dominate. He dominated tonight. Just got a triple-double.
It's got to feel like some vindication, too, because they still had Jimmy Butler on him. The matchups didn't change, and he was able to go up against Butler and win that matchup.
Well, obviously there's so much rhetoric now, as there should be. It's the finals. But, I mean, everything gets spun every day. It's going to be different. Now it's going to go the other way. We knew they were the better. I mean, everything goes 180 degrees. Those two were so solid. I mean, when you're a coach and you can go on the road after a disappointing loss at home, first home loss, and kind of wonder like what you're going to get. This team, everybody is, the coronation. They're such a special team, Miami, which they are. Who knows what's going to happen here? Michael Malone's 2 best players said, relax, we got it. And they did it. They did it on the boards. They did it with passing. They did it with scoring, and they played monster minutes. They are going to be exhausted, but I'll tell you what, that was a tremendous response by his 2 best players.
All right, so predictions for tomorrow. You got to bring the appropriate force. Will that be what we hear from Mr. Spoelstra in anticipation of Game 4 on Friday night?
He's going to say what he says all the time, and it's true. My guys, they love adversity. They're going to be here. They're going to come back. They had better. Because Denver's going to be here, too.
They have to score, Kesty.
Yeah.
I mean, the Denver Nuggets are going to put 100 on the board every single night. They get 94. We've seen this before from the Miami Heat, even in Game 1. PJ just talking amongst ourselves said the number might be 110 to beat them, and that would have beat them tonight. To just the ability of Denver to rectify all the breakdowns they had. The wide open shots. Now, they gave up some wide open ones tonight, but it didn't feel like the relentless parade of miscommunication, lack of discipline, all the things that happened to pinch them in Game 2, far less frequent tonight. What I'm curious about, PJ, you're a coach now, and Michael Porter Jr. has been struggling and struggling and struggling. What is going through your mind as a head coach now? What do you do with a guy like that?
Well, the fact that they're playing from ahead, I'm sure Michael's going to stay with him. But, he has started so many games. He's been so important for him. He started, every one of the games here over the course of the year, 62 games, 62 starts. He's not going to go away from that. Now, were they down? Had they lost tonight and down 2-1? Maybe. But I think playing from the front, no, I don't think they make a change.
And one of those guys who stepped up was Christian Brown, the rookie from Kansas, 7 of 8 shooting, 15 points. And, your stars, Jokic and Murray, teamed up for 66 points, 31 rebounds, and 20 assists. Dueling triple-doubles as the Denver Nuggets go up 2-1 with the road win in Miami, 109-94. For Doris Berg, PJ Carlissimo, I'm Mark Kestisher, right here on your home for the NBA, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app. Now let's go back to our pal, Jay Reynolds, in the studio.
All right, Mark, Nuggets take a 2-1 series lead. They've won 5 of the previous 6 best-of-7 series that they've led 2-1. Jokic, Murray, first pair of teammates with 30-point triple-doubles in the same game in NBA history. Miami coach Eric Spoelstra on what he saw.
Yeah, it's a great duo. But their games really complement each other. You have one guy that's really can score in a lot of different ways. Another guy who's setting great screens or handoffs, and then if the ball gets back to him, he can get a bunch of people involved. And certainly at the beginning of the game, that kind of set the tone. But then from there, we lost a lot of physical 50-50 or ball in the air, ball on the floor battles throughout the course of the game.
So the bottom line as to what happened to Miami?
They just pummeled us in the paint. They didn't really have to shoot threes. They had 60 in the paint. They probably shot over 65% at the paint at the rim. There wasn't a need to space the floor. We didn't offer much resistance, and a lot of those plays were relief points in transition that kind of gave them some separation, some cuts, some timely cuts, and then timely offensive rebounds that led to either buckets or free throw attempts.
And as a result, Denver gets the win on the road, earning home court advantage back in their favor. They lead the series 2-1. Game 4 Friday. It's on ABC and, of course, here on ESPN Radio. Right now, Sports Center all night.
Right center field. Oklahoma has the lead. Coleman will score. Jennings ties the World Series RBI record. The unstoppable, undeniable, unkillable Sooners win their 51st consecutive game, and they are back in the championship series.
Honestly, we don't even know what's happening. What's bound to happen is bound to happen. We're going to keep our eyes up and keep on doing our thing.
Probably had unflappable in there, too, now, after a couple of weather delays on Wednesday. Women's College World Series, best-of-3 championship series. Game 1 Wednesday, Florida State getting the daunting task of trying to halt the run of the Sooners. That, as we know, is an uphill battle, and Wednesday scoreless until the 4th. Sooners break through for 3 runs. They tack on another in the 5th, one more in the 6th for good measure.
Right back to Jordy Ball, who will record the final out in Game 1. Belongs to Oklahoma. Jordy Ball, the 2-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts. And that extends the win streak to 52 in a row. And tomorrow night, Oklahoma will play for its 7th national championship.
They take the opener of the best-of-3, Game 2 Thursday, as you heard. 5-0 the final. Jordy Ball, complete Game 2, hit her 10 strikeouts, 1 walk. She spoke with our Holly Rowe.
Well, Jordy, you get out into the circle tonight, Game 1 of the Champ Series. How hard was it with the stops and starts and getting your adrenaline where it needed to be?
I think in that situation, you just have to work on staying mentally locked in. That's tough when there's a lot of things out of your control, but I think we all did a good job of that.
I've never seen this in the history of the World Series where the starting pitcher comes in as a pinch runner. What are you thinking when you're bringing in the first run of the game?
Well, Hanson had a really great hit, but it's cool. I like to help out in any way I can, but just be fast, I guess. I don't know.
10 strikeouts for you tonight. Tell me what was important about your rise ball and how you're locating that to get those good looks.
Florida State's a really good hitting team, so you can't sit in one place too long, so it's important to keep mixing it up with them, like up and down, off speed, everything. So they made me have to give them a lot of different looks.
All right, how did this team unapologetically be who you are, celebrate how you are on this stage tonight?
I think we're just keeping consistent with celebrating the little things. Some people probably think it's excessive at times, but what they don't realize is maybe it was an 0-2 count that turned into a walk. So it's just knowing the game and celebrating every little thing.
Thanks, Jordy. Thank you.
Oklahoma wins at 5-0. They've scored 498 runs this season. If they score 2 more on Thursday, they can become the first team in D1 history with 500 runs scored in 3 consecutive seasons. OU takes the opener of the best-of-3. They've won 52 straight games. They go for number 53 on Thursday, which would give them the championship. It's on ESPN and ESPN Plus, 7:30 Eastern Time. There's a baseball rookie who's getting into some rare air. That's next. Sports Center All Night continues. It's ESPN Radio.
Coming up Thursday, can you believe there are Lakers fans who don't want Kyrie Irving? Don't want him at all. I'll tell you why they're not real fans. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
This is Sports Center All Night on ESPN Radio.
We're an Instacart family.
Oh my goodness, we saved so much time with same-day grocery delivery.
So we joined Instacart Plus.
And now we're saving more money.
We get unlimited free delivery on orders over $35,
5% credit back on pickup,
and a family account to shop together.
Did you know members save $460 a year when they order at least once a week?
I do now. See how much you'll save. Visit instacartplus.com for 2 weeks free. Average savings exclude membership fee. Individual savings may vary. Credit back excludes alcohol. Paid membership auto renews. Additional terms apply.
Hey, it's Matt Thomas for Kronberg's Flags and Flagpoles. If you're looking for custom banners and flags like I was looking for in my daughter's volleyball court in our backyard, I want you to call Kronberg's. It's ideal for parades, desk sets, giveaways, and many other uses. They have a huge variety of flags, American, international, collegiate, nautical, and more, plus flagpoles. They're also our sponsor of Astros Trivia during the season on Sports Talk 790. Call 1-800-344-3524. That's 1-800-344-3524 or online at kronbergflag.com.
As you navigate life's big changes, like moving or expanding your family, it's important to ensure you have the right health insurance coverage. That's where Health Markets can help. A licensed insurance agent with Health Markets can help you with personalized guidance to find the right plan for your unique situation at no cost to you. With Affordable Care Act plans, sometimes called Obamacare, you can rest easy knowing that many screenings, pre-existing conditions, and preventative care are covered. Shop online or with a Health Markets agent to get started on the path to health insurance coverage. Learn more at healthmarkets.com. Don't let life changes catch you off guard. Trust Health Markets to find you coverage. That's healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed as an insurance agency in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Service and product availability varies. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
DQ presents how to get the most from your next DQ treat run. Step 1, grab the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard. Step 2, dig in. That's it, because this triple-decker treat has brownie and cookie brookie pieces, plus Oreo pieces. Oh, that's a mouthful of DQ goodness in every red spoonful. Guess it's time for a treat run, because the Oreo Brookie Blizzard is here for a limited time, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
We love a summer road trip, and here are 3 tricks to keep it smart on your next one. To avoid your worst traffic nightmares, hit the road on Sundays. Forget which side to fill up on? There's usually a little arrow next to your fuel indicator light. And if you're on mountain roads, be sure to pack plenty of smart water. Higher altitudes can make us thirsty, so go for peak hydration. Oh, and remember that the driver always gets playlist privileges. Period. Anyways, keep it smart with Smart Water.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that Auto Trader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with Auto Trader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on Auto Trader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. Auto Trader.
What is it that makes people do the things they do? To return to gardening after our oncology team helped Maria beat her breast cancer. And to get back in the race after our cardiovascular specialists removed life-threatening blockages in Adam's heart. Whatever your reasons are for doing the things you do, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Baton Rouge. Long live you. Learn more at ochsner.org/longliveyoubr.
Bush Light, cold and smooth as a mountain stream and has the same great...
Sports Center All Night continues with Jay Reynolds.
He's taking his talents to South Beach. Sports Center All Night, presented by Progressive Insurance. Lionel Messi says he'll be joining Inter Miami with MLS. There have been months of speculation, Messi announcing his decision to join the Miami franchise that's been led by icon David Beckham since its inception. Roger Bennett from the Men in Blazers podcast.
This would be like LeBron picking up right now and heading off to China, partially to play basketball, partially for commercial reasons. The greatest player of his generation, 7-time Ballon d'Or winner, global football's MVP, fresh off delivering Argentina a World Cup, is coming to play in the United States. Huge day for America, huge day for MLS. What a spotlight it's going to throw on the sport in our nation. It's going to feel like Art Basel every single game day in Miami. Lionel Messi is now a Florida man. We've had Pele here in America. We've had David Beckham. This is going to be like them, but times 1,000. Messi's in rare ether. He's priceless. He's like the Mona Lisa or the crown jewels. Very few can afford him. Respect to MLS. This is game-changing for them. The league needed an identity. They went out and got the biggest face in the global game. A very creative deal, reportedly a huge fee, the opportunity to become the owner or part owner of the franchise once he leaves. Apple, who are MLS broadcasters, have given him a cut of their deal, the growth in their subscriptions after he signs. Adidas have also kicked in with a percentage of their profits. And with the World Cup 2026 coming to the United States, this is seismic for the league. We're about to see a tidal wave really hit the game we love in America.
Specifically in Miami. Lionel Messi heading in. Some great action on Wednesday. Some events that didn't happen. No doubt you've seen the air quality concerns resulting from the wildfires in Canada. As a result, Wednesday we saw the postponement of the Yankees and White Sox in New York, Tigers and Phillies in Philadelphia. In the Big Apple, the WNBA postponed the game between the Lynx and the Liberty. New York also saw the cancellation of Wednesday's performances of Hamilton and Camelot on Broadway. From hazardous air to rare air, Tuesday, Elly De La Cruz made his major league debut, couple of walks, a double. That double, one of the hardest hit balls we've seen this season. And how would he follow up that for his second game?
He did get his first major league hit, which happened to be the hardest hit ball by a Red this year. 112-mile-an-hour double off the right center field wall, and he hammers this high and very deep to right and way out of here to the back of the sun deck. Elly De La Cruz's first big league homer. Oh, it's a monster blast, and it ties this game at 2.
That ball hit up there by the BetMGM sign. I'm talking about prodigious power. Oh, my goodness. Syndergaard turns it loose. And this one ripped into right center field. That's going all the way to the wall. And De La Cruz is, oh, my goodness, look at this kid run. My, oh, my. That is a triple. Ho, 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 ho. I'm thinking Billy Hamilton when I watch this kid. Woo, I like that.
He finishes 2 for 4, triple and a homer, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. He now has 3 extra base hits in his first 2 big league games. 5th youngest player in the last 40 seasons with 3 extra base hits in his first 2 games. As for the rest of Wednesday's matchup with the Dodgers, came right down to the end.
Here's the 2-2. Benson swings. He drives it. Deep right field. Way out of here. And the Reds walk it off. Will Benson's first major league home run is a walk-off homer.
700 WLW, 8-6 the final. Walk-off homer in the 9th inning. First career major league homer. 3rd player in Reds history to hit a walk-off homer for his first career homer. Reds win by walk-off. So do the Rays.
Duran throws, swinging a high drive in the air to right, moving back Kepler to the track, to the wall, gone! Randy Arozarena walked it off, and the Rays defeat the Twins 2-1.
620 WDAE 2-1 the final on a Rosarena's walk-off homer. Second career walk-off hit. Also did it this season in late April against the White Sox. Rays have 4 walk-off hits this season, and the Rays beat the Twins 2-1. How about the buttons that Coach Michael Malone has been pushing? That's next at ESPN Radio.
Greeny. The fact that one of the central pieces feels so much bitterness toward it, it is tragic to me. Makes me feel.
It's no secret that when someone stinks,
It's all you remember about them.
Oh, is that you? Oh, no, not now. Don't worry, I got you. Try this. And it's by Secret? Yeah, Secret aluminum-free deodorant. It gets rid of those stinky PU pits instead of covering them up. Just wipe, and you're fresh all day. Secret actually works, even aluminum-free.
Don't let be what people remember. Get your Secret in sticks or sprays.
Take the plunge this year with an award-winning concrete pool from Plungy. If you're a builder or contractor, you need Plungy. So, homeowners, talk to your builder, and builders, talk to Plungy. Then everyone can be swimming sooner than later this year. You don't have to be a pool builder, and it's over 74% faster than traditional pools when you install a Plungy. Call now before the seasonal rush. Call 855-PLUNGY. That's 855-758-6443 or visit Plungy.com.
When you're building your custom home, your dream home, your forever home, then you have in mind a certain idea as to what that home's going to look like, and you just hope that when they get finished that they got somewhere near what you wanted. But Design Tech Homes, locally owned and operated, invested in technology to create virtual reality. So you put these goggles on and you walk through your home before they ever break ground. So you get the home you wanted. And that's pretty amazing. DTH.com.
As you navigate life's big changes, like moving or expanding your family, it's important to ensure you have the right health insurance coverage. That's where Health Markets can help. A licensed insurance agent with Health Markets can help you with personalized guidance to find the right plan for your unique situation at no cost to you. With Affordable Care Act plans, sometimes called Obamacare, you can rest easy knowing that many screenings, pre-existing conditions, and preventative care are covered. Shop online or with a Health Markets agent to get started on the path to health insurance coverage. Learn more at healthmarkets.com. Don't let life changes catch you off guard. Trust Health Markets to find you coverage. That's healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed as an insurance agency in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Service and product availability varies. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
Here are 3 reasons why Smartwater makes the #1 summer travel companion. It works with every car cup holder and pairs perfectly with gas station guilty pleasures. If you're making moves, we got you. Smartwater hasn't met a backpack it didn't fit right into. And if someone is trying to start an awkward convo on the plane, Smartwater can help you cut it off while you get your earbuds in. Like this. Sorry. I'm just way into hydration. Smartwater. Keep it smart.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Amplify your snacking at all of your summer get-togethers by offering up deliciously different snacks from Cheez-It Puffed, Cheez-It Snapped, and Club Crisps. Plus, you can enter for a chance to win a portable JBL Pulse 5 waterproof speaker. So you could be turning up the biggest summer beats while snacking on the tastiest party eats. No purchase necessary. See full rules and details at www.ksummersweeps.com.
Dr. Rick here, with another telltale sign you're turning into your parents. Getting particular.
Sports Center All Night continues with Jay Reynolds.
Sports Center All Night presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. And something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered. Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because probably can be.
Half-hour headlines on Sports Center All Night.
OU takes the opener of the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City. Marlins extend their win streak to 6 consecutive games. The Nuggets now have 2 wins in the 3 that have been played in the NBA Finals.
Adebayo halfway down the lane, missed the jumper. Jokic, 20 rebounds in game 3. There's the triple-double for Jamal Murray. Got the rebound with 5 seconds to go. First time in NBA history, 2 players, same team with a triple-double.
I've been with Nikola for 8 and Jamal for 7 years now. We've had some pretty good moments, but not in the NBA Finals. By far their greatest performance as a duo in their 7 years together.
Nuggets with a 109-94 win over the Heat in Game 3. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, each with triple-doubles. They're the first pair of teammates with 30-point triple-doubles in the same game in NBA history, regular season or the postseason. You remember back to Game 2, their coach Michael Malone called out the Nuggets for their lack of intensity and effort in the Game 2 loss on their home court. Things certainly turned around and changed for Game 3 in Miami. ESPN insider Brian Windhorst.
You saw Michael Malone jump his team after Game 2, and it was kind of questionable. Why would you do that publicly? And it's because they don't have a bad guy in this locker room. They don't have a bad cop. They don't have a Draymond Green. They don't have a Jimmy Butler. He had to be the bad cop, and he knew how to play it. And so you may have heard, Scott, that he showed his team 17 clips yesterday of the ways that they screwed up on defense in Game 2. Why were there 17? Because every single player, including the 2 two-way guys they have on their roster, got a single clip, and he had to announce to the group where they screwed up. That means some player had to announce, Jokic, you screwed up. Some player had to announce, Murray, you screwed up, even if it was a bench guy. And, his feel for his team and what they needed was huge. Miami had been awesome in Game 3s in this postseason. Obviously, all their Game 3s have been at home, and they won by an average of 22 points. They've killed teams here in Game 3. But Denver came out totally ready, way better on defense, and they obviously wanted to make sure Jamal Murray got going after not being so good. Michael Malone, gold star performance, getting his team to win this game.
Nikola Jokic, 32 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists. Jokic with his 10th triple-double this postseason. As for Jamal Murray, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. He spoke on the NBA on ESPN Radio with our Roz Gold on Woody.
Jamal, you didn't know you were up for a triple-double there?
No, I'm just playing a game. Appreciate you letting me know now.
And you did all that with whatever's going on with your wrist. So what's the wound?
When I dove, it just a little rug burn, and then I dove again, and it caught it, so my skin was hanging.
Yeah, I see. That's what it is. On the left hand, the skin is broken open, guys. That's what the issue was. All right, well, Coach called out your effort after Game 2. How would you rate your response to that right away in the game?
I just thought we were disciplined all game. Even when we made mistakes, we were quick to correct them and quick to move on to the next play, and that's what we need for the rest of the series. We know they're a good team. We know they'll come back and make adjustments. We got to stay together.
Jokic made history today.
I bet.
Right. First ever player in the NBA Finals to have a 30, 20, and 10 triple-double. What is the kind of hard work and passion and conditioning that he puts out there for your team?
I think it's underrated how, like you said, conditioned he is. That's a lot of work right there. 30 points, 20 rebounds, and finding guys 10 assists. He's been doing it for years. And it just shows you how good he is. He's going to be in top 10, top 5, maybe even higher when it's all said and done.
Okay, but you also had a triple-double.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so the two of you are the first teammates to have triple-doubles together in an NBA Finals. How would you describe the combo of you and Jokic?
That's a pretty cool stat, by the way. I think it speaks for itself. Both guys have 10 assists. It shows you how much the ball is moving, how much we trust each other, not just between each other, but between the whole team. We're just doing a great job of being unselfish, playing the right way, finding the right shot every time down the floor, and it's paying off. We're having fun, and we're going to keep going.
All right, let's finish this just talking about your rookie, Christian Braun. What is it that you've seen in him that he was ready on the biggest stage to step up and shine?
He's not a rookie. He plays so solid. He's so strong, physically and mentally. He's active in the group chat, talking to guys, not afraid to use his voice, and he just wants to win. He's a winner, and he's got a lot to prove, more to grow, and we're excited for his future.
All right, thanks. Congrats. Handle that hand.
I will.
It sounds painful. Nuggets get the win on the road in Miami in Game 3. 4th straight postseason road win. Longest streak in franchise history. For Miami, Jimmy Butler, 28 points, 4 assists in the loss. How do they feel?
We feel great. We didn't play our best tonight. I feel like we just got to come out with more energy and effort, and that's correctable. That's on us as a group. No X's and O's can fix that. So, come out, dive on the floor, get loose balls, get defensive rebounds, and maybe, just maybe, it would have been a different game.
You mentioned the effort. Why do you think it was so lacking tonight?
I don't know. I can't answer that. Maybe, we're at home. We think we did something. I don't know. It just can't happen. It won't happen again. It starts with myself. I got to lock in on a defensive end. I got to go up and get loose balls. So I think if I start playing and doing that, then everybody else has to follow suit.
Jimmy Butler, 28 points in the loss. Bam Adebayo had 22 points and 17 rebounds. Miami, third straight home postseason loss. Where did it go wrong? How did Denver control this one? ESPN analyst Tim Legler.
Think about this. Jokic had 21 boards. You could take all those off the stat sheet, and they still out-rebounded Miami by 4. He had 3 guys in double digits in rebounding. So I thought all of those balls, and he's talking about more so than the ones that are on the ground that guys are getting dirty for, because Miami comes up with their share every game. He's talking about the balls that hit rim and end up getting rebounded 8 to 10 feet out. Those are the balls he's talking about. Denver got all of those tonight on both ends of the floor. They got some second chance opportunities, but more importantly, they gave Miami practically none. And listen, Miami's a team that's going to be a little bit inconsistent with their shooting. They need to get some balls back to have a second opportunity on that possession. Denver just didn't allow them to do it. I just thought overall it was a masterpiece by Jokic. Murray was great, but just their team was cleaner. Across the board, the details were there tonight for Denver.
There's also some simple stuff here, too. You just look at the numbers in the three-point column.
Yeah.
You and I talked the other night. Miami shot basically 50% from the floor, still had to survive a 3 from Murray late, which would have sent the game into overtime. In this game, Miami's under 33% from the floor. It's the rebounding. But does it just often come down with Miami to that number? Can they continue to do so much better from 3 than they did all season long?
Well, it depends on how much they're affected by contests. I just thought Denver was so much better tonight with the late contest. The extra effort at the end of the possession was better tonight. They didn't have the miscommunications on all the screening issues at the three-point line. Scott, I went back and looked at all 17 makes the next day after game 2. 9 of those, directly attributable to a miscommunication on the part of the Denver Nuggets that led to a wide open shot. You didn't see that tonight. They were not making those mistakes.
Connected.
Look, you got 2+ days of film, of walkthrough to make sure that didn't happen again. And that's why Michael Malone was so upset after game 2. It was mostly those threes that they gave to Miami as wide open looks. Tonight, they challenged everything. They played through screens. They chased guys, even if it looked like they had an open look, just to give them a hand in their face as they're releasing the ball. It makes a big difference. So it wasn't just like, oh, Miami didn't shoot well tonight. No, Denver had a lot to do with that.
Any quick lean one way or another with what you think you'll see from the home team Friday night?
Well, I said a lot yesterday was by halftime tonight, I thought I'd have a much better feel for which way this is going. And I did. Okay. And I certainly did by about 8 minutes into the third quarter. Denver's a better team. And I think this stabilized things for them because this was the best version of themselves.
Denver's the better team, and they have the lead in the series, 2-1. Miami trailing the finals 2-1 for the 5th time in franchise history. They did win 2 of the previous 4, went down 2-1. Game 4 Friday. It's on ABC and, of course, here on ESPN Radio. Right now, Sports Center all night. Speaking of the NBA, Suns have been chatting with Chris Paul about his future with the team, and Chris Paul on the Pivot podcast says there are things to think about.
It's tough on me, but I think it's probably even harder for the people around me, right? Especially my wife. My wife is the one who has to bear those late nights, those I can't sleep, and my kids. Like, my daughter is the sweetest soul you'll ever meet in your life, but she's at that age now where at school, kids talk crazy to her. She had a little boy, whatever, at school that said some reckless stuff to her. It was like, your daddy ain't never going to win no championship, right? And my baby she's special. She'll hold it together there, but when she got in the car, she called. And she was upset. And I had to have that conversation with her and talk to her, and tell her, like, baby, some people talk and some people do. But that's part of it. It's tough, man, but can't nobody ever be harder on me than I am on myself.
There's the lack of titles. There's also injury and playoffs.
As mad as I am and whatnot, I cannot let that define me. I got to get back to work. And I think that's what's happened over my career is when those things happen, I take that night to let it process. And then that next morning, I got to get back to work. If that's rehab, if that's whatever it is. And then I work as hard as I can to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Chris Paul on the Pivot podcast. Suns ownership and executives have been talking with him about the possibility that he could be waived by the June 28th guarantee date on his contract, according to our Adrian Wojnarowski. If he's out there, where could CP3 land? ESPN analyst Jalen Rose.
No true surprises. If you look at the Lakers and the Clippers, both of those opportunities make sense for different reasons. They've come up short based on expectations. He adds to that position big time for both of those squads.
And wherever it might be, our Stephen A. Smith says, got to think ring.
Perfect scenario would be staying in Phoenix. Obviously, if Phoenix is not an option, you've got the Lakers. I'd look at that, particularly if they waived him. You're hearing noise about Damian Lillard and, you know what, Ayton and Paul and picks. Can't see that happening, to be quite honest with you. But you put it out there because that's what the kind of stuff that you hear. In the end, here's the bottom line. He's 38 years of age, one of the greatest point guards in NBA history. He's got to be in a position where he's competing for a championship. It's really, really that simple. He's earned that, and I hope he stays in a situation, whether it's Phoenix or somewhere else, where he's going to be in a situation competing for a championship.
So there's the future of CP3, and as Stephen A. Smith alluded to, the future of Damian Lillard.
Everybody keeps saying Damian Lillard is going to be traded to the Knicks. Damian Lillard's going to be traded to the Heat. Damian Lillard should be traded to the Celtics. Damian Lillard's going to be traded to the Nets. If one of those trades went through, out of those teams, which one will you be like, that's not too bad?
Miami, obviously. Miami is the obvious one. And Bam is my dog.
Damian Lillard on Brian Custer's Last Stand podcast. If he landed in South Beach, here's our Chris Canty.
If the Miami Heat were able to pull off that kind of move and keep Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, you're talking about that big three with Heat culture? The Miami Heat are back in the NBA Finals next year. And here's the other thing. We keep talking about if and when we're going to see Tyler Hero in this series. Maybe the Miami Heat are looking at it and saying, we don't believe that we necessarily need Tyler Hero to win this NBA Finals. And if we don't need him to win the Finals, then why don't we make sure he's completely healthy just in case we might have to trade him this summer?
Interesting landscape for the NBA as we move forward through this summer. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. And speaking of Miami, Messi heading to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers, both in the championship series of their respective sports. Marlins are saying, hey, don't forget about us.
Here's a swing and a drive hit pretty deep center field. Bradley's going back. He's going to watch it go. Jesus Sanchez, a 3-run bomb here in the bottom of the third inning. And the Miami Marlins are out in front 3-1 over the Royals.
940 WINZ. Marlins go on to a 6-1 win, their sixth consecutive win, their first win streak of a half dozen games or more this season. Haven't won 7 straight since a year ago, April. Angels a 6-2 win over the Cubs. Mike Trout 1 for 4 with his 14th home run. First homer against the Cubs in his career. Cardinals a 1-0 win over the Rangers. Cardinals win snaps their 5-game losing streak. They're now 4-11 all time against the Rangers. Worst win percentage against any current franchise. Rangers, meanwhile, their first shutout since May 15th. Padres, Mariners.
The 2-0 pitch is lined into right field. That gets down for a base hit. Carpenter's on his way home. Rivas right behind him. The throw goes to third. No chance to get Tatis. A 2-run single for Juan Soto. He's 4 for 4, and the Padres lead it 8-0.
Juan Soto would have his first career 5-hit game. 97-3 the Fan. Padres a 10-3 win over the Mariners for the Padres. Second time scoring double digits in the month of June. Deal or no deal? Still don't like you. That's next. Sports Center all night continues at ESPN Radio.
Coming up Thursday, can Jalen Hurts continue to dominate the NFL? How about Mac Jones? What about Trevor Lawrence? My answers just might surprise you. Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPN.
ESPN Radio Sports Center all night. More next.
Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center and Baton Rouge General's Pennington Cancer Center are working together to bring you more in the fight against cancer. More resources, more specialists, more tomorrows. Our team of world-class physicians provides patients with a collaborative approach to care, enhanced treatment options, and the strength of 2 prominent institutions fighting alongside your journey. Together, we bring you more. Mary Bird Perkins and Baton Rouge General's Pennington Cancer Center.
You know, foundation repair is an unregulated industry. Because of that, there is a lot of fly-by-nights in the industry. Well, if you want your foundation done right by a company who's been in business since 1978, you need to call Due West Foundation Repair. Yeah, you've heard of them, Due West Foundation Repair. When you want the best, you call Due West, 713-473-7156. You can also check out our website at du-west.com.
I hope you never have to draw and or fire your weapon in defense of yourself, your family, your property, or anybody else. But if you do, you need U.S. Law Shield. For a nominal monthly fee, you get access to a phone number that connects you to a gun rights attorney who will stay with your case all the way through to its conclusion for no additional legal fees. Go to one of their seminars, read the downloadable guides. You'll never regret membership. USLawShield.com is the website, USLawShield.com.
Whether you're doing a dance to your favorite artist in the office parking lot, or being guided into Warrior One in the break room before your shift, whether you're running on your Peloton tread at your mom's house while she watches the baby, or counting your breaths on the subway,
Inhaling and long exhaling.
Peloton is for all of us, wherever we are, whenever we need it. Download the free Peloton app today. Peloton app available through free tier or paid subscription starting at $12.99 per month.
Breathe in, breathe out. Get dressed, head out. Grab some friends, camp out. Get hiked up, vibe out. Take it in, let it all out. At REI Co-op, we're here for all the outs. And we want you to spend more time outside our doors and in them. Try it out, check out, then get out. REI Co-op, all out. Visit rei.com.
Chase loves soccer.
I'm Chase Carrera, and I'm 12 years old.
And his dream is to turn pro. That's why Chase and his family make sure he's always having fun and squeezing out his best with Go-Go Squeeze. Okay, buddy, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze. Go-Go Squeeze fruit-on-the-go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added. That's my boy! Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Pro Paint Days are here at Lowe's. Now through June 16th, Lowe's MVPs members can start earning 20% back in paint rewards via Lowe's.
Sports Center All Night continues with Jay Reynolds.
We're taking you to Key, Jay, and Max, 6 o'clock Eastern time here on ESPN Radio.
I recognize that people are going to call me a hypocrite.
I've talked to about a dozen PGA Tour players. Not one of them was happy with this deal. Just a lot of upset individuals. And Jay, he's going to have his work cut out rebuilding trust among his membership.
PGA Tour, Live Series, the DP World Tour, agreeing to unite under one umbrella. DP World Tour says, though, that players who left their tour for Live not eligible for the Ryder Cup. They're not going to be reinstated this season, which makes them ineligible to compete in the Ryder Cup this year. Then there's the damaged relationships with the PGA Tour. Rory McIlroy really put himself out there defending the tour and was kind of blindsided by the agreement this week. But
when I try to remove myself from the situation and I look at the bigger picture and I look at 10 years down the line, you know, I think ultimately this is going to be, it's going to be good for the game of professional golf. I think it secures it unifies it and it secures its financial future.
He added, though, don't get him wrong,
I still hate Live. Like, I hate Live. Like, I hope it goes away, and I would fully expect that it does. And I think that's where the distinction here is. This is the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour. and the PIF. Very different from Live.
So what will happen to Live? ESPN's Mark Schlabach.
Well, I think the tour is just going to go on for the rest of the year like they had expected. Live Golf has got 7 tournaments left. There's a tournament in Spain at the end of this month that concludes in Saudi Arabia in November. The big question going forward is what happens to Live Golf? I talked to a team official with one of the franchises. He said they've heard nothing from Live Golf since the announcement was made Tuesday morning. It seems to be dead in the water. If you talk to people around the PGA Tour, they expect those players to come back. But as Roy McIlroy said, there's going to be some punishment involved. DP World Tour today sent a memo to its players and said that the guys who resigned, 9 of them, will not be back on tour this season, will be ineligible for the Ryder Cup outside Rome later this summer. So that was another development as well.
Still waiting to see what the golf world will ultimately look like. Sports Center all night, ESPN Radio. As for the top sounds from Wednesday, let's say a big hello to Mark Robin.
Number 5.
Hello there, Jay. We're going to get started in Tampa as Randy Rosarena comes up smelling like roses on 620 WDAE.
Duran throws, swinging a high drive in the air to right, moving back Kepler to the track, to the wall, gone! Randy Rosarena walked it off, and the Rays defeat the Twins 2-1.
Number 4.
In Cincinnati, a couple of young Reds coming through in the clutch against the Dodgers, beginning with Ellie De La Cruz with his first homer on 700 WLW. He hammers this high and very deep to right and way out of here to the back of the sun deck. Ellie De La Cruz's first big league homer. Oh, it's a monster blast, and it ties this game at 2.
That ball hit up there by the BetMGM side. I'm talking about prodigious power. Oh, my goodness.
Number 3.
Now, Will Benson for the Reds also with his first Major League homer. It was a little shorter than the De La Cruz blast, but it turned out to be bigger. Again, from 700 WLW.
Here's the 2-2.
Benson swings. He drives it. Deep right field. Way out of here. And the Reds walk it off. Will Benson's first Major League home run is a walk-off homer.
Number 2.
At the Women's College World Series, the streak now hits 52 as Oklahoma takes Game 1 of the championship series over Florida State on ESPN.
Right back to Jordy Ball, who will record the final out in Game 1. Belongs to Oklahoma. Jordy Ball, the 2-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts. And that extends the win streak to 52 in a row. And tomorrow night, Oklahoma will play for its 7th national championship.
Number 1.
In the NBA Finals, Denver rides its Golden Nuggets to a Game 3 win on ESPN Radio.
Goes to Nikola Jovic, out to Yurtseven. The big man shoots a 3, missed it, and there's the triple-double for Jamal Murray. Got the rebound with 5 seconds to go. First time in NBA history, 2 players, same team with a triple-double, and the Nuggets get home court advantage right back. They beat the Heat 109-94 to go up 2-1 in the finals.
Nuggets getting dueling triple-doubles for Coach Michael Malone.
I've been with Nikola for 8 and Jamal for 7 years now. And we've had some pretty good moments, but not in the NBA Finals. And for those guys to make history the way they did tonight, no one's ever done that. I mean, that's what's really neat about it. You get the win. I thought our defense was fantastic tonight. You hold that team to 94 points, 37 from the field, only 11 threes. That really helped us out tonight, the defending and rebounding at a high level. But by far their greatest performance as a duo in their 7 years together.
And they hand Miami a 3rd straight home postseason loss. That's going to do it for SportsCenter All Night. I'm Jay Reynolds. It's Thursday, June 8th. South Florida hosting Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight after Denver won in Miami last night. Complete reaction this morning with KJ and Max. They're next. It's ESPN Radio.
Coming up next, Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio and ESPN2.
We're an Instacart family.
Oh my goodness, we saved so much time with same-day grocery delivery.
So we joined Instacart Plus.
And now we're saving more money.
We get unlimited free delivery on orders over $35,
5% credit back on pickup,
and a family account to shop together.
Did you know members save $460 a year when they order at least once a week?
I do now. See how much you'll save. Visit instacartplus.com for 2 weeks free. Average savings exclude membership fee. Individual savings may vary. Credit back excludes alcohol. Paid membership auto renews. Additional terms apply.
You may not know what you're missing. You may not realize what Gulf Capital Bank can do for your business. They want to help you grow just as they've grown. A Houston-based bank. They made the largest capital raise in Texas history for a new bank. Over 250 local Houston families to help Houston companies and individuals grow. They know your name. You have their phone number. You'll like the experience. Gulf Capital Bank, gulfcapitalbank.com.
Member FDIC.
Step into the world of hidden wonders. Natural Bridge Cavern's newest tour. As you journey deep into the earth, you'll discover new areas of this natural underground masterpiece. Inside, thousands of lights reveal stunning formations and a massive canyon with an incredible sound and light show finale. Then, at the end of your tour, you'll ride back to the surface on the BAT, our belt-assisted transport. Visit naturalbridgecaverns.com today for tickets to your Hidden Wonders adventure.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Tap now or visit betterhelp.com/pressplay to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/pressplay.
Give a little love. It's Macy's Friends and Family. Get an extra 30% off great gifts for him just in time for Father's Day when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off skincare, fragrance, and more. Or shop specials he'll love while supplies last. Give love, give style, now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. I'm talking, of course, about Xfinity. Now, Houston won't like me saying this, but this is bigger than the moon landing.
Oh, we heard you, Neil.
Yeah, this is that big. Now through June 25th, new customers can switch to Xfinity Internet and get 1 line of unlimited intro mobile and Wi-Fi equipment free for 2 years. Call, click, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. After promo, regular rates apply. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Actual speeds vary.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Ooh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech. And this...
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Adebayo halfway down the lane, missed the jumper. Jokic, 20 rebounds in game 3. There's the triple-double for Jamal Murray. Got the rebound with 5 seconds to go. First time in NBA history, 2 players, same team with a triple-double.
I've been with Nikola for 8 and Jamal for 7 years now. You know, we've had some pretty good moments, but not in the NBA Finals. By far their greatest performance as a duo in their 7 years together.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. ESPN Radio. We're presented by Progressive Insurance. And, yep, that is a live shot of New York City right now. We're still living in a Martian atmosphere, apparently.
I couldn't breathe yesterday. I'm walking around wearing a mask. I'm like, what, am I back in the pandemic?
Yesterday, as this Justin was starting, I had to mention it because the screen behind me showed outside, and it was like twice as red as that, like red. Like you were literally, it looked like you were on Mars, right?
Yeah,
it's nuts.
That's so weird that it looks like that because typically, I mean, I'm out west and when we have the wildfires, I mean, we get the, the smoke and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If it comes from other, from Northern California or whatnot or Oregon, but it's never like you don't get it to the degree like that.
I never seen it like this, Key.
Yeah,
it was weird.
It's like that is right in Brooklyn or something, the way it looks.
And it is not just in Manhattan. Like you could step outside yesterday and the air was orange. It was like orange red. It was like twice as dark as that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of.
And you smell it too.
You guys in New York always want to be from the West anyway, so here you go, Jay.
Can I tell you what else was weird yesterday, Key? NBA Twitter yesterday was all over the place. It was so weird, and it was so great at the same time.
A lot of stuff going on in the NBA, in and around the NBA.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, a lot of things were popping off yesterday.
Meantime, just as I predicted, Jokic and Murray with 30-point triple-doubles in a Denver win.
Well, yeah. Only 1 minute in, man.
That's right.
Yeah, it's popping yesterday, Max.
Oh, you want to, but see, the problem is if we start a little too much rope, and then we're going to get into too deep in some stuff we won't be able to come back from right now.
You're right.
We haven't been able to come back for a long time anyway, Max.
You're right. You're right about that, Max. You don't want to go down that rabbit hole, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought to send my kids to some very prestigious universities, Jay and Max.
Mm-hmm.
Columbia really wasn't one. I just figured, when you start thinking about schools and universities and the education that guys get and Harvards and even USC's to a degree or UCLA's, Cal, Berkeley, I always thought that Duke guys were smart,
Hey, look, man.
Top shelf, top flight sports program, but also academically.
Let me say it. No barriers were broken yesterday. This ain't the first or the last, okay? Like, that's all.
Are you talking about a former Duke student athlete?
I'm just talking about people in general.
Anything going on with you or JJ Redick or anything like that?
I'm talking about star athletes in general.
Just star athletes.
Sometimes things happen.
I got it.
Like I said, sometimes things pop off.
Pop off,
Yeah.
pop out. Got it.
Yeah.
It's all part of life, huh?
There's a new reality show.
Yeah, what's that?
NBA stars and the women behind them.
Man, move on before you get in trouble.
What? It's a new reality show. That's all.
Well, things got real yesterday in the NBA. So as I was saying, much as I predicted,
back to the NBA Finals. What did you predict now?
I said Denver was going to take control of this series because Jokic and Jamal Murray would be the first teammates ever with 30-point triple-doubles in a finals game.
People can't allow this ear hustle to continue with this dude, man.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap, though, to be honest with you.
Gentleman sweep? So the word sweep is still in there?
Okay, so wait, let me think.
Give it
quick,
to you, Jay. I tried to give you
the 4's in Miami. Yeah, it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, Jay.
It's a chicken Caesar?
Yeah, it's over.
I'm not saying that. I'm still with Heat and Sevens.
Chicken Caesar with no cheese and give me some better yet, give me some buffalo meat.
So all right, so here's how I look at it. So game 1, everybody talks about how Miami shot the ball poorly, right? Denver shot the ball poorly, and they won convincingly from the 3-point line, okay? We then talked about the only way Miami could actually win this series is because we don't feel like they'll be able to stop Denver offensively, is that they have to match them offensively.
Got to stay hot from 3, yeah.
Game 2, they come back. Boy, they shoot from the 3-point line, 50%, right?
Like 100%, yeah.
So Denver shoots like 39%, but you still felt like Denver had a chance to win, right?
They did?
They did. Had a legit chance to win. Yeah. Could have gone to overtime. It's not like Miami won the game convincingly.
No, that shot looked good out of Jamal Murray's hands at the end of game 2. It would have sent it to overtime.
But then last night, even though Denver didn't shoot the ball well from 3-point line, they actually stopped giving up open looks. So we talked about Miami made 17 made threes in game 2. 9 of those threes were wide open. They were butt naked. So you didn't see any wide open threes last night. You saw maybe 1 or 2 or 3. I saw Kevin Love get 2. Right? But you saw a team not shoot the ball well from the 3-point line. You saw Denver dominate with points in the paint, and you saw Denver dominate with rebounds. So when I go back to people trying to argue with me about, man, Miami's just as talented as Denver. I'm like, no, they're not.
Talent is not the same.
Talent is not the same because Denver is more talented. And when Denver puts it together and plays with a sense of urgency, that margin you saw last night is the gap between the two.
But can we also just like admire for a second what Jamal Murray and Jokic did last night? You know, the whole thing about the bubble, I'm going back to the bubble because Jokic was an emerging star, but Jamal Murray played out of his mind, right? And they came back in consecutive series down 3-1. They were the cardiac kids. Jokic did not play his best like Murray elevated, Jokic did not, right? And that's why I've been suspicious of Jokic. I wanted to see him do this because then Jamal Murray got hurt last couple postseasons, wasn't available. So I wanted to see when they get back and they're healthy, can Jokic elevate the way Jamal Murray elevated, and can Jamal Murray continue to do what he did in the bubble? Man, that's what happened last night. You had two superstars. You know, Jokic is a superstar, Jamal Murray's a star, but when the moment is big, Jamal Murray becomes a superstar, and Jokic was just insane. When you have two dudes playing on that level, good luck. If one team has Shaq and Kobe, or you know, LeBron and Wade, or Jordan and Pippen, good luck. That's what these two dudes were last night. It was impossible. What were you going to do? It was impossible.
So, Key, that's what I was talking about before, man. You and I both been rapping about it. So last night I'm sitting there saying, okay, Denver last night shot 27.8% from the three-point line. Their other max player has been a bum.
Yeah, Porter Jr.
And I love MPJ. That's my dude. He max guy. He can barely shoot.
Not a max guy, a J guy.
Yeah,
and Christian Braun comes off the bench and gives you energy and gives you hustle face and gives you points, right? Okay. And he's a winner. And then all of a sudden, like, you see that margin. And so you're saying to yourself, wait, Denver's still not even reaching their potential. Michael Porter Jr., their third best player, is not playing well at all in this series, and they still won convincingly.
Yeah, but when you look at it, what was the one thing, the X factor in game two that we talked about? Everybody talked about, Jokic, 40 points. We talked about the assist game. Mm-hmm. Now you got a dude coming out with the triple-double, and then you got Murray with the triple-double. You add those assists in, and people forget a lot of times, Jay, those assists lead to points, whether it's a hockey assist or not. They lead to points. So when you add the point total that the actual player gets plus the assist or the hockey assist, that's how you thrive. That's how guys like this are able to do the things that he's able to do and contribute to his team, where if guys aren't shooting the ball well, in certain starters, the other max players and all that, but everybody else is able to chip in because he's the major contributor by dishing out the ball, then Murray getting 10 assists. Look, you could just tell that they was getting ready to open up a can on them, especially once they got to that fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. And first ever player to drop 32, 21, and 10 in the NBA Finals game.
We just showed a stat on ESPN too, Jay.
And he's really tall.
In the history of the NBA playoffs, there have been 5 total 30-point, 20 rebound, 10 assist triple doubles. So basically 30-point triple doubles, but with at least 20 boards, right? One each by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt Chamberlain. And keep in mind, when Wilt was playing, the pace of play, they got up so many shots. There were lots of opportunities, not only for points, but also for rebounds, especially because shooting percentages weren't that high from outside the paint. So there are many more opportunities to do it in Wilt's day. That's why his rebound and Bill Russell's rebound numbers were super. 50 rebounds in a game, stuff like that. 30 rebounds in a game. 1 each for those guys. 3 for Jokic so far, playing in this era. 3 for Jokic.
I mean, you could make the case that Jokic is the best offensively skilled big ever to play the game.
Yeah.
When
you add the passing.
Like, that's always hard for me to say as a hooper because I feel like watching Hakeem Olajuwon, that dude was so skilled. His footwork was so different. But like the passing and like he's a master of leveraging angles. Like, his shot making ability around the rim, the floater game, the hook shot game, the up and the under game, his ability to pass out of double teams, his ability to be patient. I mean, the dude's shooting 55% from the field, damn near 50% from the 3-point line. I mean, he's leading the NBA in the postseason in points, rebounds, and assists.
There's always
a center.
Yeah, there's always a good chance that whoever's the best at the present moment is the most skillful because they build on the skills of previous generations. You're not saying he's the greatest. In other words, in his era, he's towering over everyone more than Kareem did, say. But you're saying just in an absolute sense, when you look at the tape, you say, yeah, he has more refined skill. But what's crazy to me about that stat we just showed about the 30-point, 20 board, 10 assists is in the history of the game, only 2 dudes have done it once. This dude's done it 3 times now.
Yo, can I tell you the best part about it, Key? So Mark Jackson last night, did you hear what MJ said? MJ said, he reminds me of an old dude at the playground who used to shoot the same shot over me with a cigarette in his mouth.
He's a grown man playing with kids.
With cigarettes in his mouth.
YMCA game. Yeah.
Blowing it out, just giving you buckets.
When you start to break him all the way down and his skill set and how he moves and stuff like that, that's just how he looks. There's nothing. You got to really love basketball to appreciate what he does, because he's out there toying around with one hand. He got one. He did one pass, Jay. I don't remember exactly what quarter it was, but
you talking about the one from game 2 where he caught that thing with
last night.
Yeah.
He wrapped it around underneath the layup, but it didn't. He did it with one hand, and he had it up in the air, kind of waving around beforehand. I was like, "Come on, man! See you
talking about when he faked the 3 and then drove to the basket?
No, he passed it though. There it go right there. That one right there.
He did another one in game 2 where he literally caught a pass with one hand in the air and just literally touched it down to somebody else below. Like this,
that's why I disagree with Key. I disagree. It's not fun to watch. I think
it's dope.
Even if you're not into basketball, it's like a great defensive play in baseball, or a great catch in football. Those kind of things, you're just like, oh damn, that looks different.
Yeah, but the reason why I say it's not fun to watch is because he looks like the kid at the playground. I mean, the big dude at the playground, Jay. Everybody is 4'3", he's 6'4". That's what it looked like. And everybody is literally his size, though. But he's just out there toying with him. So I'm like, oh, God, here we go. You can predict and know what's getting ready to happen.
So, in the meantime, that's what went right for the Nuggets. You mentioned their defense was much better, Jay. Teammates with triple-double with 30 points. First ever in any game, by the way.
Jamal Murray had a triple-double.
By the way, that's what I'm saying. No teammates in any NBA game ever had 2 30-point triple-doubles in the same game, and they did it in the finals in a good idea to win game 3 on the road. What went wrong for the Heat other than those 2 guys? 888-SAY-ESPN, KJM.
Miami needs game 3 more.
The Nuggets get home court advantage right back. They beat the Heat to go up 2-1 in the finals.
We didn't offer much resistance, and then timely offense rebounds that led to either buckets or free throw attempts.
This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Moms and dads, we gotta talk. I know you're busy with being grown-ups and all, but us kids want to remind you about keeping up to date on our routine shots. I know we might cry some when we get shots, but they help keep us from catching bad diseases like measles and polio. So please don't forget to schedule our shots. Oh, gotta run. Cartoons are on.
Routine shots help protect kids and save lives. Learn more at immunizations.la.gov.
Jim Fiume started Gulf Coast Windows in 1984. That's a long time ago. And in the meantime, a lot of folks have battled high energy bills, nasty weather, burglars, outside noise, and all sorts of other reasons. That's why they've called GulfCoastWindows.com. Double pane vacuum sealed windows with the lowest air infiltration rating in the industry from a company with an A+ rating with the BBB. Hit pound 250 and say Windows.
Did you know buying, selling, and fixing up houses and investing in real estate is easier than you think? All you need is some help from a couple of experts who have flipped hundreds of houses, seen just about every situation, and are now here to share their knowledge with you. Welcome to the Real Estate Roundup Radio Show with Andrew Job and J.R. Reed from selltojr.com. The show airs every Saturday, 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. on KPRC Radio 950. Tune in this Saturday.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Give a little love.
It's Macy's Friends and Family. Get an extra 30% off great gifts for him just in time for Father's Day when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off skincare, fragrance, and more. Or shop specials he'll love while supplies last. Give love, give style, now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Whoever just hit those brakes hard for no reason was definitely not you. Eric never brakes randomly on the highway, Rubino, because you are a safe driver. And like most drivers who sign up for Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate for how and how much you drive, you could earn a discount for your good driving. So keep on being you. Eric never brakes randomly on the highway, Rubino, and we'll keep on delivering the discounts. Sign up for Snapshot today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
When you stay at a Vrbo, the host doesn't stay with you.
Miami needs game 3 more than Denver.
The Nuggets get home court advantage right back. They beat the Heat to go up 2-1 in the finals.
They just pummeled us in the paint. They didn't really have to shoot threes. We didn't offer much resistance, and then timely offensive rebounds that led to either buckets or free throw attempts.
They got absolutely pounded on the glass. And as Pat Riley often said, no rebounds, no rings. That's the first thing that has to get corrected.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio, Sirius XM Channel 80 were presented by Progressive Insurance. So what went right for the Denver Nuggets was, for the first time in the history of the NBA, a pair of teammates in the same game had 30-point triple-doubles. Never happened before. And they did it in a pivotal game 3 of the finals on the road. Pretty good time to do it. What else went wrong for the Miami Heat? Jimmy Butler weighed in on how he felt after the loss.
We feel great. We didn't play our best tonight. I feel like we just got to come out with more energy and effort, and that's correctable. That's on us as a group. No X's and O's can fix that. So, come out, dive on the floor, get loose balls, get defensive rebounds, and maybe, just maybe, it would have been a different game.
Jay, you buy what he's selling?
I mean, look, I'm never going to count out Miami, even though I think it's over. I think it's a wrap.
That's counting them out.
What I could think it's over doesn't mean it's over.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing that we were just talking about during the break, though, I think a lot of Miami is momentum-like. It's how you allow them to play. So in game 2, you saw Max Strus find his rhythm very quick on miscues and miscommunication from Denver, right? Which they got rolling offensively. So you saw that in the first 2 games, Denver contested Miami on 41% of their threes, right? 41. Last night, they contested them on 61%.
Made a difference.
61%. So when you're butt naked and you see the ball go in multiple times, you build a confidence. You get a rhythm. You get that lather. Last night, it never felt like Miami was able to find that lather.
They got to get open shots somehow early in the game.
Jimmy Butler had 9 assists in game 2, man. I mean,
what do you have last night? 4?
4.
Yeah.
So I mean, you saw the defense collapse multiple times, and Jimmy made the right reads, and guys were knocking down shots. You didn't see a lot of wide open, uncontested shots last night.
No, and it looked like they was taking wild shots, right? They was just it was almost like they was shooting the ball. Just shooting it, not setting their feet, not taking their time, not lining things up. They just was doing stuff out there like they was playing playground basketball. And when you do that and you missing the shots, doing that sort of stuff, how you expect to win the game? That's just undisciplined.
And look, Gabe Vincent and Max Strus were combined 3 of 17 last night. So I mean, Gabe Vincent, we talk about Gabe Vincent making anywhere next year between $9 to $10 to $11 million annually, a year, right? Max Strus, same with his contract. So when you don't have that 3-point shooting, then you're asking Jimmy Butler to do it all. And he was missing chippies last night because of the time he's putting in. He had 28, but still, it's like him and Bam, 2 men can't beat 5, dog.
Is this why you talk about the undrafted player situation, Jay, where you saw last night the undrafted players become undrafted players last night. Is this why where you got guys that are the guys on the other team doing what they're supposed to do?
But it's just not that, though, Key. Like, think about the size that all these guys have. Like, I wrote it down. Like,
no, I know that, but, at some point.
Size and talent, right? So
but at some point, that talent.
That's what I'm saying.
Lack of talent shows up. That's what I'm saying.
So the size and the talent thing are two of the biggest themes for me. Like, you got Michael Porter Jr., like the rebounding margin, they got pummeled on the glass. So in points in the paint, they got destroyed with points in the paint, similar to game 1. After a while, like that, there's a wear and tear effect on your body when you have to battle like that, man. Like that translates to me to the perimeter because it takes away from your legs. So when you got Michael Porter Jr. out there 6'10", you got Jokic out there, 6'11". You got Aaron Gordon out there 6'8". You saw him get multiple post-ups last night. You try to combat that with Kevin Love. You got Christian Braun coming off the bench who's 6'4.5", 6'5", who can play at that same energy level.
He was huge last night.
He was huge last night.
Because it was still a game.
Jimmy Butler one play.
When he got in the game, it was still a game, and the Heat were within striking distance. And then you blinked, and he had 8 points in I don't know how many minutes, and it wasn't a game anymore. All they really needed is a little contribution on the Nuggets from someone else at that point, and it was a wrap, Meantime, Jimmy Butler, you understand why he points to effort, right? Because you want to say that there are things within your control that you can do to win the game. You're not going to sit there and be, they're just too good for us. Why'd they lack effort? Listen to him being asked and answer this question. This is Jimmy Butler after the game.
You mentioned the effort. Why do you think it was so lacking tonight?
I don't know. I can't answer that. Maybe, we're at home. We think we did something. I don't know. It just can't happen. It won't happen again. And it starts with myself. I got to lock in on a defensive end. I got to go up and get loose balls. So I think if I start playing and doing that, then everybody else has to follow suit.
That had to be Nick Friedel asking that question, right?
Definitely, yeah.
That was Nick. Unmistakably Nick Friedel.
I mean, Jimmy lacks effort. That question.
He's got a good voice. Why are you mocking his voice? It's a good voice.
You were saying James Earl Jones out there, man.
That's right.
Asking questions. Yo, but I mean, Jimmy ain't wrong. Jamal Murray had 20 in the first half.
Yeah.
20. But it was all pick and roll action. So I don't know why they wouldn't just blitz pick and roll and force the ball out of his hands, because when Jamal Murray started to get going, he single-handedly allowed Jokic to also find that rhythm by being aggressive offensively.
Man, you can't have two dudes like that. You look at the Nuggets roster and you go, well, actually, yeah, Jokic is an MVP caliber player, but they don't really have in the playoffs. Now, throughout his career, Jamal Murray's an MVP caliber player.
Cut the head off the snake, right?
Right. It's a two-headed snake. It's a two-headed snake.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, like, even when Jokic gets his, if Jamal Murray doesn't get his, you feel like you have a chance to win the game. But when Jamal Murray gets his, they're a different team. That's what they did in game 2. Jamal Murray struggled. He had 18 on like 17 shots.
Yeah.
That's not last night.
No, you got to blitz the I mean, what are your options at this point?
There is no options. I don't understand why you wouldn't blitz it.
Greco in Queens has something to tell us, guys. You're on Keyshawn, J. Willimax, ESPN Radio. What's up, Greco?
Nothing much. Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
What's up?
I was just checking with Jay to see, they back up 2-1 now. I didn't know if he was I didn't know Mobb Deep made that song about him. Like Shook Ones was about Jay. He's scared to make the bet.
Oh,
so,
scared to make
shots fired.
Wait, Greco's scared to make what bet?
Come Greco on, trying
Jay.
to get in on the action, Jay.
No,
the Mets jacket.
The
Here
Mets.
we go, Key.
All right, so wait. What's the bet, Greco?
Okay,
no, wait.
If Miami wins, I get the jacket. If they lose, I guess I got to quit the show. I can't work at the show no more.
Man, get out of here. That's a
He's
whack
trying to
bet,
get
man.
you a sucker bet.
I know, it's a sucker bet, man. Get out of here. Okay, if Miami wins, if Miami wins the series, I'll buy you a Mets jacket.
Damn, Greco from Queens.
And if Denver wins the series, you buy me a Mets jacket.
Meanwhile, back in Queens, the real is a foundation.
Bet?
That's a bet.
Bet. I'll give the jacket to charity. My charity.
All right, bet. And I'll give the jacket to my back.
All right, cool.
Shook ones, Jay. You let him come at you with shook ones?
That's whack, man. Come on, man. I'll take that bet.
Realness and foundation. If I
already
couldn't
won
choose a better
1,000.
location.
I already won a G on the show on the Lakers bet. I already won a G on the show.
From Greco?
No,
from Jimmy Pesci, right?
No, that's not even Jimmy Joe Pesci.
I
That's your
can't
bet.
think of another radio show I ever heard where one of the hosts is taking money from the callers.
Y'all giving
on
away
bets.
free money. I'm going to take it.
Did he ever give you the money?
No, I told him he didn't need to.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I tried to
there's a
give it
heart
back.
in there after
I'm going to take
all.
this jacket, though. I'm going to take the jacket.
If he hit you with shook
With
ones,
the
you
shook
gotta
ones,
take
you
the
going to try to
jacket.
come and play me?
Yeah, you got to take the jacket.
I'm gonna take the jacket.
Once someone says shook ones, now you got to take the jacket, Jay.
Swimming hard, Greco. He's swimming hard, man.
Does Jokic not get more love because he's not American? Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max, ESPN Radio.
First time in NBA history, two players, same team with a triple-double.
I've been with Nikola for 8 and Jamal for 7 years. We've had some pretty good moments, but not in the NBA Finals. By far, their greatest performance as a duo.
This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Take a break from high interest rate credit cards with a debt consolidation loan from Primeway Federal Credit Union. At Primeway, you'll find solutions to your financial problems. If you found yourself in debt for whatever reason, do not let those high interest rates keep you from taking a break. Consolidate all of your debt into one low monthly payment at Primeway. With a low introductory rate, you'll be able to break away from your debt and see a future when you're actually debt-free. Eliminate the stress of debt now. Lock in that rate today. How? Well, visit primewayfcu.com.
Car Pro Jerry Reynolds here. I promise now is among the best times to sell your car before the market adjusts further. Go to carpro.com and click on Sell Your Car. A real and fair price for your car picked up from you with a check ready. Go to carpro.com to sell your car.
As you navigate life's big changes, like moving or expanding your family, it's important to ensure you have the right health insurance coverage. That's where Health Markets can help. A licensed insurance agent with Health Markets can help you with personalized guidance to find the right plan for your unique situation at no cost to you. With Affordable Care Act plans, sometimes called Obamacare, you can rest easy knowing that many screenings, pre-existing conditions, and preventative care are covered. Shop online or with a Health Markets agent to get started on the path to health insurance coverage. Learn more at healthmarkets.com. Don't let life changes catch you off guard. Trust Health Markets to find you coverage. That's healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed as an insurance agency in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Service and product availability varies. Agents may be compensated based on your enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
Lowe's knows outdoor power equipment is the perfect gift for the dad who loves working on yard projects. And for a limited time only, you can gift him his favorites from Skill for less. Get a 40-volt, 14-inch string trimmer or blower for $119. Plus, save $50 on a 40-volt, 14-inch chainsaw, now $149. Save on Skill this Father's Day, because Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/14. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
DQ presents how to get the most from your next DQ treat run. Step 1, grab the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard. Step 2, dig in. That's it, because this triple-decker treat has brownie and cookie brookie pieces, plus Oreo pieces. Oh, that's a mouthful of DQ goodness in every red spoonful. Guess it's time for a treat run, because the Oreo Brookie Blizzard is here for a limited time, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Breathe in, breathe out. Get dressed, head out. Grab some friends, camp out. Get hiked up, vibe out. Take it in, let it all out. At REI Co-op, we're here for all the outs. And we want you to spend more time outside our doors and in them. Try it out, check out, then get out. REI Co-op, all out. Visit rei.com.
Medicaid renewals are back. Don't lose your coverage. Be renewal ready. Keep your address current, watch for a letter from Medicaid, and complete any requested paperwork by the deadline on your letter. Learn more at renewmedicaidla.com.
When you're building your custom home, your dream home, your forever home, then you have in mind a certain idea as to what that home's going to look like, and you just hope that when they get finished, that they got somewhere near what you wanted. But Design Tech Homes, locally owned and operated, invested in technology to create virtual reality. So you put these goggles on and you walk through your home before they ever break ground. So you get the home you wanted. And that's pretty amazing. DTH.com.
Step into the world of hidden wonders. Natural Bridge Cavern's newest tour. As you journey deep into the earth, you'll discover new areas of this natural underground masterpiece. Inside, thousands of lights reveal stunning formations and a massive canyon with an incredible sound and light show finale. Then, at the end of your tour, you'll ride back to the surface on the BAT, our belt-assisted transport. Visit naturalbridgecaverns.com today for tickets to your Hidden Wonders adventure.
As you navigate life's big changes, like moving or expanding your family, it's important to ensure you have the right health insurance coverage. That's where Health Markets can help. A licensed insurance agent with Health Markets can help you with personalized guidance to find the right plan for your unique situation at no cost to you. With Affordable Care Act plans, sometimes called Obamacare, you can rest easy knowing that many screenings, pre-existing conditions, and preventative care are covered.
Jamal Murray dribbling between the circles. Lowry will get up on him, tries to poke it away, can't. Now Murray's going to drive, takes two defenders, flips it high off the glass and gets it to go. That thing almost touched the top of the backboard and went down for Murray.
I thought Bam got a hand on it, too, and it went in.
That's how it sounded on ESPN Radio as the Denver Nuggets beat the Miami Heat 109-94. They have a 2-1 lead in the finals thanks to Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray's historical night. Jokic finished the game with 32 points, 21 boards, and 10 assists. Jamal Murray had 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. That makes them the first pair of teammates ever with 30-point triple-doubles in the same game in NBA history. Never happened before. And it happened in a pivotal Game 3 of the finals on the road. Game 4 is Friday night. You can hear on ESPN Radio with coverage beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Phoenix Suns ownership and executives had a series of conversations with Chris Paul and his representatives on the All-Star point guard's future with the franchise Wednesday, including the possibility that he could be waived by the NBA's June 28 guarantee date on his contract, sources told ESPN. Phoenix plans to explore trade opportunities, including Paul and DeAndre Ayton, that could alter the franchise's roster ahead of a final decision on Paul's partially guaranteed contract, sources said. SportsCenter is presented by Progressive Insurance. Round out your protection with life, phone, and pet health insurance.
Adebayo halfway down the lane, missed the jumper. Jokic, 20 rebounds in Game 3. There's the triple-double for Jamal Murray. Got the rebound with 5 seconds to go. First time in NBA history, two players, same team with a triple-double.
I've been with Nikola for 8 and Jamal for 7 years now. You know, we've had some pretty good moments, but not in the NBA Finals. By far their greatest performance as a duo in their 7 years together.
On the face of my city, co-signed by Diddy, hard liquor, hotel, some gotta do
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max were presented by Progressive Insurance. You can hear us on the ESPN app. Click more on the lower right-hand corner of the app. Scroll down to live radio, and you get to work. And got to get out of your car. You want to still listen? Boom, we're right there. So Dan Lebitard yesterday said that he believes that Nikola Jokic does not get more love because he is not American. If Jokic were an American who, say, went to Duke, the country would love him. He's Magic and Bird, and America hates him? What? I don't know that America hates Jokic. But I do agree with the idea that were he American, he would be much, much more popular than he is. And by the way, we'll see going forward, if they win the championship and he continues to make deep playoff runs every year and play like this, he will eventually get much more popular. But if you were American, I think it'd already be there.
If you're a white American, is that what we're saying?
If you were a black American, same thing.
I can't disagree with you more, Max.
Why is that?
It has nothing to do.
It's not the same thing. Even more popular if he's a white American. That's true.
Yeah, that's
either way, if were he American,
I just look at guys like Grayson Allen, J.J. Redick, Steve Wojciechowski, like they were white Americans, but I mean, granted, their games weren't good, but they were deemed more as like villains more so than
because it doesn't have
like the
because
glorified superstars.
But the logic here is important to me. Yes, there are other factors that may be more important than being American. If you have a terrible personality, right? You'll turn people off. Or you're just not good enough. You're not MVP caliber every year. You won't be as popular. Or if you have an incredible personality, maybe you can overcome not being from here. But that's not the same thing as saying if Jokic is the same guy he is, but from here, he wouldn't be more popular. That's what I'm saying. And I believe he'd be much more popular if he was from here. Go ahead, Key. I'm sorry. You were saying
forgot
something.
my train of thought now. Go ahead.
Obviously, if you were born and raised in the United States and people with social media were able to follow him from the time he first came into the league, like potentially. But by the way, he also, you guys know that Jokic didn't really come into his game until way later in his career. It's not like Jokic was putting up these type of numbers on the high school circuit or would have been in the college circuit. Like his game has really transpired into a different form over his time in Denver. So,
but he did win back-to-back MVPs.
I've been talking about Jokic for the past couple of years. But by the way, I think that's more due with logistics and where Denver is and people, like I said, like we only talk about like the Lakers or we talked about this yesterday. As much as I want to talk about Denver throughout the course of the year, you guys, You guys just poo-pooed it all the time.
Poo-pooed it.
So that's what I'm saying. Now you appreciate it because you're seeing it in the NBA Finals.
Yes, he did it in the
playoffs.
playoffs.
You're forced to watch it. You're forced to watch him. That's why there's a level of appreciation. What, Key?
Wake me up when you're done because you're boring, just like Jokic.
See?
You're boring. And that has a lot to do with not being appreciated by the American fan base. It has nothing to do with anything except he's boring. And when you have a boring style, people don't appreciate the boring style. You appreciate it because you are a basketball.
It's boring.
I think it's really interesting, actually, his style.
I'm just telling you, it's boring, Jay. You know it's boring. Stop trying to.
I'm not
like,
though. You're dead wrong.
I'm not talking about you. You're a basketball player, so you appreciate all the fine things that's done right. Okay, because Dirk Nowitzki wasn't boring. He wasn't. He had swag. He had all that.
Well, you mean his personality?
Why? Because Dirk hit fadeaways. I mean, Jokic hits fadeaways,
but
the shots are actually similar. And he actually does stuff off one leg, just like Dirk.
It just don't look the same, Jay.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yates, chime in here, man, because you're another basketball guy on the show. Chime in and tell him what you like about him and don't like about him.
I mean, Joker is like one of the greatest basketball players I've ever seen, but he's a boring personality.
There you go.
Personality, you're saying. That's different than...
You can't, like, we watched Dirk be a non-American and everybody loved him. We watched, like Pat said...
But Dirk had a boring personality.
But Dirk also
no, he didn't.
Nah, bro. Like Dirk talked trash after the threes. You know, he changed up the way that the three celebration was for him.
Yeah, I agree. He didn't have a boring personality. But Yates, what you're arguing... Hold on. Wait.
Manu Ginobili's a non-American. Hakeem's a non-American.
Yates, you're arguing something different than Key. Key, you're saying his on-court style is boring. Jay and I both disagree with that.
His on-court style is a mirror image of his personality.
There's touch passes and stuff like that are fun to always have been. People always ooh and ah that kind of stuff.
It's however you want to craft it, shake it up. It's boring.
Well, Yates, you're arguing that his
personality is boring. Okay,
the style of play is slow. He plays like the Spurs used to play, and we never thought that the Spurs were a fun team to watch. They were just a great team to watch in terms of basketball.
He's got a little more flash in his game than Tim Duncan actually.
The
Jay,
Spurs had Manu Ginobili. That's the flash for the Spurs team.
Yes, think about it, Jay. With Mark Jackson, a guy who played in the NBA from New York, who's a baller, right? He said he reminds him of a dude smoking a cigarette, like an old cat. That's boring, man.
Giving you buckets.
But
no, I don't think the style is boring. Now, if you want to get to personality, that's different. If you're saying he doesn't have as big a personality as, say, someone like Dirk, so the personality doesn't overcome the fact that he's not American, I listen to that. That may be the case, but still that doesn't stop the fact if you gave him the same personality, same game, but he was born here, if he would be a much more popular. By the way, I've seen this in boxing, right? The Klitschko's were heavyweight champions together for 10 years, and Americans didn't care. But Evander Holyfield is from here. Everyone knows who he is. Like, it's different.
But we're also in a highlight-driven culture, man, where you want to see high-flying dunks. You want to see acrobatic moves. That's why the theme over in Europe for the longest time has been like they are more skilled and they are more technically trained than American players. It's like, think about Key as a little kid. When you used to love MJ, you would lower the rim. You try to do all the MJ dunks. Ain't nobody working on their damn footwork.
I actually did all the MJ stuff when I was young.
I was saying, ain't nobody working on footwork. Ain't nobody working on up and unders and all those aspects of the game. So that's where European basketball is further advanced than we are.
Here's what
Until
I'm gonna
recently, we're trying to get back.
Here's what I'm going to say, then I'm going to let y'all go back and forth and bicker. Kawhi Leonard not only is American, he's black. Okay? Not only is he black and American, he's boring. Okay? And we really don't care much about him or build him up.
Kawhi Leonard
and his person and his game on the court is sick. His game on the court is Max. Chill, I'm talking to Jay.
We're all three here. I'm sorry about
his
that.
Game
we're all three here.
Is crazy. No, now you can go. I wanted to let Jay hear what I was saying.
No, you ain't wrong.
The Kawhi Leonard point is true in that his personality is very flat, like unusually flat. But his game, it wasn't like he was winning MVPs in the regular season and doing what he did in the finals. And even then, if he was still underappreciated, it would be, oh my God, his personality is so flat and his game is sick, but super technical, right? That he didn't capture people's imaginations. There would be other reasons that he's not more popular, but that does not mean that Jokic wouldn't be more popular if he was American. By the way, Larry Bird was super popular, right? How much, and he touch passes, three-point shots.
Larry Bird was a guard.
No, he wasn't.
Larry Bird was a guard.
No, Larry Bird was a forward.
He's a forward guard.
No, he was a forward, a small forward, and sometimes a power forward. He used to average 10 rebounds a game.
That's the position he was labeled at. But do you see power forward shooting threes and had the best jump shot maybe ever?
That was one of the things that made him different, like Jokic doing it at center.
Have handles and passing. Like you're just caught up into positions, Max.
Wait,
like
you just said guard. I didn't bring up positions. I didn't bring up positions.
You're arguing me on positions.
No. I'm bringing up Larry Bird as an example of someone who was very popular. And you said he was a guard. He wasn't.
But Larry Bird also went to the national championship game against Magic Johnson, the most watched game in the history of college basketball.
And had he not been from here, he wouldn't have.
What?
Had he not been from here, he wouldn't have. In other words, that plays into it. If you go through college and you're on national TV.
Jokic wasn't like that in high school or college. Mm-hmm. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you can't say, yeah, of course, because Larry was like that in high school and college.
Well, Jokic was nasty at the age of 17 or 18, but no one over here knew it. But in addition to that, the country responds differently.
So was Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic was playing professional basketball.
Luka Doncic
at 17, 18 years old, destroying people. Did you know about him?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. I just didn't see him play a lot. But yeah, he was well known. In a way that Jokic wasn't. That's true. It was one of the reasons he was more popular.
He was not well known in the United States.
He was when he was.
I follow basketball for a living every single day. He was not well known. When I would talk about Luka Doncic, people here
was he more well known than Jokic?
Gotta go to break.
Does Damian Lillard need to rip the Band-Aid off and ask for a trade already? KJ,
I don't even know what we're arguing anymore.
Greeny.
The fact that one of the central pieces feels so much bitterness toward it. It is tragic to me. Makes me feel terribly sad for him.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Switch to Geico today and see all the ways you could save.
Vaccination provides lifelong protection against serious diseases, starting at birth
and continuing through childhood. Vaccines help protect us against hepatitis, polio, and more.
As we reach our teens, we're vaccinated against HPV and the cancers it can cause, as well as meningococcal disease and its potentially deadly effects.
And when we reach our 50s, we get the vaccine that protects us against shingles.
Learn how vaccines protect us throughout our lives at immunizations.la.gov.
Are you looking for a new car? Okay, now you can go the distance with an auto loan from Primeway Federal Credit Union. Primeway offers rates as low as 4.5% APR on 36-month auto loans for new and pre-owned vehicles, plus 90 days with no payments. Yep, 90 days with no payments, plus those low rates. And when you work with my friends at Primeway, let me tell you, they're totally transparent, no hidden fees, fast loan approvals, and they have locations all over Houston Metro. So you can do it that way, or you can do it online. Visit primewayfcu.com.
All right, ladies, you got to get a gift for your man, and you will often ask, what bourbon should I get him? What cigar should I get him? Well, here's what he's going to love, and you're going to love how good he looks. It's called Treadwell, Tread, Treadwell Grooming and Wellness. They're going to take care of his hair, his nails if they want it. They'll do a hot lather shave. They'll cut his hair and make it look good. They got wellness to make him feel better. Look, he's not going to the salon with you all day, but he'll take better care of himself because you're going to get him a gift. Treadwell, look it up.
Pro Paint Days are here at Lowe's. Now through June 16th, Lowe's MVPs members can start earning 20% back in paint rewards via Lowe's e-gift card when you spend $100 or more on qualifying paint purchases. Stock up on top paint brands like our new and exclusive HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Spec Right Pro Interior Paint. Lowe's knows pros. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/L/pro loyalty terms. Subject to change.
DQ presents how to get the most from your next DQ treat run. Step 1, grab the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard. Step 2, dig in. That's it, because this triple-decker treat has brownie and cookie brookie pieces, plus Oreo pieces. Oh, that's a mouthful of DQ goodness in every red spoonful. Guess it's time for a treat run, because the Oreo Brookie Blizzard is here for a limited time, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Breathe in, breathe out. Get dressed, head out. Grab some friends, camp out. Get hiked up, vibe out. Take it in, let it all out. At REI Co-op, we're here for all the outs. And we want you to spend more time outside our doors and in them. Try it out, check out, then get out. REI Co-op, all out. Visit rei.com.
Amplify your snacking at all of your summer get-togethers by offering up deliciously.
That money stacked tall, but only partially my focus. So compassionate, struggle hard for me to cope with. Do a lot for others, not for credit or to soak in. But to have an impact on direction.
Beacon and Beacon Pro Plus app helps roofers get things done from anywhere. 24/7. Beacon, always building. Does Damian Lillard just need to rip off the Band-Aid already and ask for a trade? He's been legendarily loyal to that town, to Portland, for his whole career. But he's on the wrong side of 30. Portland does not look to be knocking on the door of a championship. And Brian Custer asked Damian Lillard on his podcast, Last Stand podcast, Brian Custer's podcast, what new team he considered. You're going to hear Brian give him a list of names of teams and listen to Lillard's response.
Everybody keeps saying Damian Lillard is going to be traded to the Knicks. Damian Lillard's going to be traded to the Heat. Damian Lillard should be traded to the Celtics. Damian Lillard's going to be traded to the Nets. If one of those trades went through out of those teams, which one would you be like, that's not too bad?
Miami, obviously. Miami is the obvious one. And Bam is my dog.
He came out like a shot, Jay.
Hello, goodbye, Tyler Hero and draft picks. I mean, whatever you need to do to make it work. I mean, look, you're all right with Dame. One of the things I love about Dame is that today you're going to hear everybody pop off and tell Dame what the hell Dame should do. Dame don't give a damn what you think. Dame isn't going to ask publicly for a trade. That's not how this cat is built, right? It will need Portland to say, hey, we are moving in this direction. Thank you for your service. Let us help you get to a situation, almost like Matt Ryan, right? Like, remember how, like, with the Atlanta Falcons, they're like, hey, thank you for your service. I'm not saying, like, age-wise or where that's tapped out, but it's like, all right, like, you've given us all you've given us. Like, let us put you in the best possible situation. Like, that's the way it's going to have to end for Dame in Portland. Dame is not going to be one of these dudes. He's not cut from that cloth. Oh, now I'm going to put my foot in the ground. I want out. He might give you a little bit of tease here and there about, like, what he thinks good situations are, But I rock with that mentality at the end of the day. He ain't built like everybody else. And that's what makes this dude unique and different.
You know, Aaron Goodwin is his agent, and he's obviously represented Dame the entire time that he's been in the NBA, both from the same area in the Bay. I hear what you're saying, Jay, about Dame out front personally, but you know how it goes behind closed doors. At some point, when you get on the other side of 30 and you've yet to win a championship or really even play in a championship to get that feel, at some point, you got all the money in the world. No matter how you embrace the community, no matter how much the community embraces you, your legacy in the Portland area, wherever you play, at some point as a player, you want to have an opportunity to play for a championship, not just be in the playoffs, but actually one of the last two teams standing. And we know Pat Riley, if they don't win this year, you know Pat Riley, he going to figure out a way. That little bit of chuckle and laugh, and Bam is my guy, that window open. That opportunity now open for Pat Riley to pick up the phone and Eric Spoelstra to pick up the phone and whoever else is in Miami running the business to pick up the phone to influence some things.
I mean, but Dame low-key been moving. I mean, he was out in Brooklyn for a while, in New York, right? So you got Mikal Bridges. He's talked openly about that relationship with Mikal.
Don't do the New York thing to me.
I'm just telling you how he's been moving. I'm not making. I'm not pulling stuff out of thin air. I'm just telling you what.
No, I know, but don't do the New York thing to me, Jay.
You know, so look. If you were to ask what is the perfect location, Dame is cut from the same cloth as a Pat Riley, as a Eric Spoelstra.
Bingo.
That's where they're cut from.
That's the thing. What is significant about the sound, what grabs your attention, is not that he's entertaining the idea of leaving, because Brian Custer asked him if it was a hypothetical. It's the fact that when he heard Miami, it came out like a shot. It was no equivocating. Miami, of course, right? And you don't think of, when you think of defense, you don't think of Damian Lillard. And when you think of defense, you certainly think of Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat. But there's a larger issue than that, because his personality is the perfect fit there. When you think of mentality, Dame's mentality, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler's mentality, that's like when Jimmy Butler first signed with the Heat, it's like, yeah, that's right. That matches up. Lillard and the Heat match up, right? Don't you? It's an especially good situation. So as Key brought up, Jay, now that he said it out loud, does it make it more likely that he could actually wind up there?
You're damn right. Plus, you got guys like Gabe Vincent, his contract's coming up. You got Max Strus. He's an unrestricted free agent. They can have bird rights on him too. Same with Gabe Vincent. But these guys talking about getting paid $10 to $15 million a year.
And you can get that money, Jay. You can get that money to Dame, right? All that money they gonna pay everybody, boom, boom. You package it up, give it to Dame, and they're known to go find a couple other little sprinkle pieces. They can find the sprinkle pieces to put around those dudes.
If you got 7 undrafted players in a team that's in the finals, in the rotation, right? That means that if you have guys like Damian Lillard and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, you should be able to find and develop pieces around them if you're the Heat. And listen, Pat Riley's never been shy about going to get the big fish when they've been available.
The only problem is, like, guys like Joe Cronin, the GM for the Portland Trailblazers, like, if you have to make that trade, right? So, like, do I like the pieces that – because now if I'm on the market, I'm looking for how am I getting the best pieces in return for Dame's talent? So that becomes a little bit of the problem, right? It's great that Dame is saying, I would like to be in Miami, but does that work out best for me if I'm the Portland Trailblazers for where I want to retool
if I'm the
my
GM,
team?
Jay, if I'm the GM, and let's say I can get what could you get for Tyler Hero? If I don't want Tyler Hero, could they get a couple of firsts for him? Could they get a first for him, a first? Because if I want Tyler Hero, I'm saying if I'm Portland, I'm not looking for Tyler Hero. But what could you get for Tyler Hero? I might be interested in that. How much draft capital to put with their 3 first-round picks? And then as a GM, that gives me some runway, because I could be like, look, we're in a rebuild. That gives me another 3, 4, 5 years, right? We're going to come in with 5 new first-round picks plus our own number 3, Simons and this one and that one. Maybe it's not working. We can clean house and start again with stupid draft capital. Wouldn't that give him more runway as a GM?
No, possible.
The Heat finals run has been a great story, but now they're down 2-1 at home. They can't lose game 4. They can't go down 3-1 and then head on the road. Is the story over now? Is it over for the Heat? Is Jay ready to go back to his sweep prediction, gentleman style?
Yeah. At D&M Leasing, you've heard them on the radio for years, but we have a very important announcement from D&M. Number one, new car prices are at an all-time high, payments are out of control, and leasing can save you up to 50% on payments. Do I have your attention yet? Number two, new vehicle technology and safety are important to new car buyers. Number three, with our Easy Lease, you receive features and benefits you can't get anywhere else. And number four, with over $1 billion of leases on the road today, our loyal customers continue to get world-class service. Number five, with every lease renewal, loyal customers can get retention benefits and savings. Call D&M Leasing.
You know, foundation repair is an unregulated industry. Because of that, there is a lot of fly-by-nights in the industry. Well, if you want your foundation done right by a company who's been in business since 1978, you need to call Due West Foundation Repair. Yeah, you've heard of them, Due West Foundation Repair. When you want the best, you call Due West, 713-473-7156. You can also check out our website at du-west.com.
Lowe's knows outdoor power equipment is the perfect gift for the dad who loves working on yard projects. And for a limited time only, you can gift him his favorites from Skill for less. Get a 40-volt, 14-inch string trimmer or blower for $119. Plus, save $50 on a 40-volt, 14-inch chainsaw, now $149. Save on Skill this Father's Day, because Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/14. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Give a little love. It's Macy's Friends and Family. Get an extra 30% off great gifts for him just in time for Father's Day when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off skincare, fragrance, and more. Or shop specials he'll love while supplies last. Give love, give style, now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply. This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech. And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.
DQ presents how to get the most from your next DQ treat run. Step 1, grab the new Oreo Brookie Blizzard. Step 2, dig in. That's it, because this triple-decker treat has brownie and cookie brookie pieces, plus Oreo pieces. Oh, that's a mouthful of DQ goodness in every red spoonful. Guess it's time for a treat run, because the Oreo Brookie Blizzard is here for a limited time, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, get the new and exclusive Little Giant A-frame 6-foot step ladder for an everyday low price of $129.98. Plus, at Lowe's, count on getting the quantities you need when you need them. From drywall to lumber, roofing to concrete, wires to connectors, find it all in one stop. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See sales associate for details, excluding Alaska and Hawaii.
Have you heard of Instacart? I use it to order same-day delivery for groceries, essentials. I even got my vacuum delivered. So I figured it's time to join Instacart Plus. Now I get unlimited free delivery on orders over $35, 5% credit back on pickup, and a family account. It lets me invite a loved one to shop together. I chose my husband. He always knows when we're out of milk. Try it yourself. Visit InstacartPlus.com for 2 weeks free. Get the best of Instacart with Instacart Plus. Credit back excludes alcohol. Family account subject to availability. Additional terms apply.
Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center and Baton Rouge General's Pennington Cancer Center offer a collaborative approach to those battling cancer, offering more resources, more specialists, and most importantly, more tomorrows.
Dealing with the summer heat means making good decisions about the system that is your home. Air conditioning, windows, keeping the doors closed. It means making sure your attic has proper insulation. If that heat gets in there and it presses down, you can't cool your home no matter how well your AC unit is working. Building Specialties Insulation. BuildingSpecialties.com. 713-939-1115. 713-939-1115.
Nikola and Jamal Murray are one of the most elite two-man game combos in the NBA, and I think it was on full display tonight.
Shot clock at 2. Murray. Oh, Jamal Murray from downtown. Jokic backs in. That's too big and too strong.
By far their greatest performance as a duo in their 7 years together.
2 30-point triple-doubles here in Game 3 for the Nuggets.
This is what I do. This is what I've been doing for my whole life. This is what I've wanted to do my whole life.
Is this the best basketball that we played? I don't know. As long as we win in games, I think.
You know what I'm here for.
Back on top, punching the clock, clutching sanity. I got more cribs to Habitat for
Keyshawn J. Will and Max, ESPN Radio. That is a shot of New York City right now. Canadian wildfires, man, turn the atmosphere into like the Martian atmosphere. You go outside, it's orange and pink and red. Smell the smoke. It's hundreds of miles away. Morning, Key. Morning, Jay.
And they look bad.
Yeah, doesn't smell good. Go outside. You wind up. You got to go outside in a mask.
Yo, Key, real talk. I need some insight on something because you out there in the LA land.
I don't know anything about anything about anything.
You know a lot about everything.
I don't know anything about anything, but I'll try to help you.
So I heard CP3 on the Pivot the other day talking about his daughter getting bullied at school at Sierra King. What's up with Sierra King, man? Like, tell me what I need to know about this school.
It's a good school.
Obviously,
it's a good school.
Obviously, it's a good school in LA.
I wouldn't necessarily just say. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the school. Sometimes the environment in which you live in and around could be very challenging.
You mean like Drake just being in the parking lot, kicking it before basketball games, stuff like that?
It could be very challenging for young kids. In when you talk about the CP3 situation in particular, you got young kids, and young kids say things because they have tablets and internet and phones and all the different stuff. They believe it or not, they're listening to your show when they're driving in the car with their parents in the morning, or they're watching your show when they're putting their tennis shoes on and or whatnot. That's just whether it's in Connecticut, New York, LA, North Carolina, Texas. That's the environment in the society that we're in. And then it gets even deeper when you are in a competitive environment, right? Which means everybody are high net worth individuals, everybody parents or somebody know somebody, or hanger-ons to somebody, and so you get this competitive thing going, right? Like Max said earlier, your dad's movies suck. Well, the guy has 9 Global Awards and 8 Grammys and all.
A different level.
It's regular kid stuff on steroids. So think about kids anywhere, how kids could get mean with each other.
Yeah,
but in this case, when they get mean, the people they're getting mean about are like public figures and known characters.
Oh my God, yes. And
your dad can't make a game.
Your dad hasn't opened a movie #1 in 5 years.
all that. Yeah. And not only that, they're sponges, right?
Yeah.
And because they're sponges, they suck up everything. I catch my son all the time. He's sitting there, he ear hustling. So now you got to snap the whip to him and tell him, say, man, good day, go play. Because he's listening to your conversation and he's not really walking around the corner when he's supposed to go upstairs. He's slowly moving to try to, you know what I'm saying? So it could be a conversation going on that has nothing to do with him that he shouldn't even be in. It could be me and you, Jay, for instance, and Max, or it could be better yet, it could be our production call. And they hear us say something. And then they take it and they run with it.
Yeah.
But it's the thing. It's competitive, right? Somebody has Travis Scott shoes. The other kid wants them.
It's just crazy though. Somebody like, your dad's never won a championship. Meanwhile, your dad's earned over like $170 million, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Every time you turn on the TV, he's on a commercial.
Yeah. It's like, your dad's a bum.
But that hurts.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's real.
It hurt kids when I was playing sports and my older kids was getting, your dad got kicked off the team. They don't really know what happened as a kid, right? They just know Gruden and I didn't see eye to eye, they assume, he's done. He got kicked off. He's done. He got kicked off the team. So they would tell him, oh, your dad, he got kicked off the team. Or they see something online and they say, well, your mom is this. You know, it's
Listen, one of the things that Muhammad Ali used to talk about, one of his regrets in his career, because the way he used to promote fights, he would name each of his opponents an animal. Sonny Liston was the big ugly bear, whatever. He used to call Joe Frazier the gorilla, right? He'd take out a rubber gorilla, start hitting it, call it Joe Frazier. And Marvis Frazier, who wound up being a heavyweight contender, you know, came home crying from school one day. Dad, why are the kids at school calling you a gorilla? And that stayed with Ali, like, you know, because you don't think at the moment you're doing that, it's going to affect some little kid, right? But LA is the key. How many times has your kid seen a movie before it came out in a movie theater that the person who starred in the movie rented for the school, whatever, you know, like how many situations like that have they been in, right?
All day long.
Yeah.
My older kids especially. We seen the pursuit of happiness months before it even hit the streets, in the backyard, on the big screen, right, outdoors with the whole thing. Jay, we sitting there, you know, they serving us, we doing the whole thing. But that's the company that unfortunately, you keep that company because of your surroundings. I mean, that's the reality of it. And
you go to a fancy private school in LA, that's going to happen.
Was there an entanglement going? What?
Man, stop! I'm not talking about the actors in the movie.
See, Jay. Now someone's kid's going to have their feelings hurt. They're going to overhear that. They're going to say it to some kid.
Yes. See, you're lucky though, Jay. You are lucky because you right now.
I'm not at that stage yet. My kids are too small.
You're not at that stage, and you're not in that environment. Mm-hmm. The only environment you in is somebody's stocks fell and somebody lost some money because Wall Street crashed. That's the only conversation you could have right now in that environment in which you may rest your head in. Where me, on the other hand, I got to listen to I got to see it all wide. How come our Bentley isn't like that Bentley? How come that truck isn't like this truck? Or how come, it's the craziest stuff that you got to deal with.
Yeah, I can't.
You know, you say,
why is our neighbor a little higher up on the hill? It's big problem.
It's kids, man.
In that neck of the woods.
It's kids will.
Yeah, kids can be extremely mean with each other, and out there in that social milieu, if you will, it's on steroids. Everything's on steroids.
I ain't leaving. I'm from here, so don't ask me why I want to move.
This is Keyshawn J. Willimax coming to you live from the Seaport, brought to you by Patron. Perfection starts with Patron. Is it over for the Heat? Is it Cinderella ride over? Is this a team that got to the Elite Eight, Final Four? They're in the national title game, but it ends now. Jokic was huge on both ends, actually, in Denver's Game 3 win, although I thought his defense in the first half was But Miami shot 3 of 19. That's 16% when contested by Jokic, either as a primary or help defender. That includes Adebayo, 1 of 10.
Well, Bam got shots, man.
He was shots. But with Jokic as the primary or help defender, you're saying that Bam he got a little, that Jokic's numbers look a little lucky.
Bam got shots, man.
I agree with that, actually, in the first half especially. On offense, Jokic's teammates shot 10 of 15. That's 22 points for it equaled off his passes. 8 of 14 off his teammates' passes. That's what Jokic shot. He shot 50%, 7 of 14 on contested shots, 5 of 7 when left open. I mean, is it over? Is it too? When you have a Jokic doing that, and then Jamal Murray's got a 30-point triple-double, is it over for the Heat?
Jamal Murray's the reason why they won the game. Like today, you're going to hear everybody talk about Jokic, but like we talked about before, cutting the head off the snake. You saw that in game 2 when Jamal Murray wasn't able to flourish, even though Jokic had 40, Denver lost, right? But one of the things that nobody's going to talk about today that Michael Malone did as it relates to strategy last night, they screened Murray before the offense even started. So they got him in motion and action before the offense started, which allowed him that 20 points in the first half. It got him away from Jimmy Butler, and it made the job for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is one of the key reasons, and he talked about it post-game, where he's like, I got to be better. I got to bring more intensity defensively because he knows that matchup is the driver of rhythm, and it allows Denver to play at their best. Denver's not at their best when Jamal Murray doesn't play at a high level. You know Jokic is going to give you buckets all day, but when you allow Jokic and Jamal Murray to have a triple-double, you're not going to have a chance to win.
It's a little bit, isn't it? A little like it reminds me of Shaq and Kobe. People were like, Kobe's actually like when Shaq was in his prime. Kobe's the reason because you would see when Kobe went off the other team had no shot. But I always thought it was a little unfair to Shaq because Shaq, every game was 40 and 15 and 38. And then Kobe's would be a little more up and down at first. I'd be like, wait, hold on. Why isn't Shaq getting more credit? Because when Kobe is up, they win. So then Kobe gets the credit, but Shaq is always up. Doesn't that take some credit away from Jokic to say, well, Murray's the reason because when he pops, they win? If Jokic is always popping?
No, because it's not tennis. It's not an individual sport. It's a team sport. I mean, for media's sakes, we probably get lost and take some pop away from Jokic, but it don't. At the end of the day, Jokic is going to be a 2-time MVP. You can make a case he should be a 3-time MVP. And if they win, he's going to be a champion. Same with Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, one thing is for sure. If he keeps this up, he's going to be always remembered by sports fans as one of those special athletes who consistently was his best when his best was called for.
Stephen A. put him in the same sentence, though, with Steph Curry, and I can't do that yet. He did it yesterday.
But when it matters most, he plays. He's
slow down. Let's slow down on that.
So right now, if the championship ended today, it goes to Jokic, right?
Yes.
Is there anything that Murray could do between now and the ending to get the MVP trophy?
No.
Nothing?
I mean, even if Murray exploded for multiple 40-point games, maybe. But this dude is leading the postseason in points, rebounds, and assists. And the thing that's mind-boggling about that could be the first time it's ever done.
But what if he
in
takes
NBA
a
history.
dip, though? What if he takes? Well, it doesn't look like he's going to take a dip, but
he's 6'11". Who's stopping him?
Jay, he's 6'11", but he doesn't look 6'11". He looks 9 feet tall and long, and he's taller than everybody out there.
So you know why it's going to go to Jokic
big.
no matter what.
The offense goes through Jokic too.
Look at him on the block, right on the. Just look how he looks.
Big old guy.
Yeah.
But you know why it's going to go to Jokic too? Because unfortunately, there's no postseason MVP, right? And so because of what Jokic has done throughout these playoffs, I think if it's even if Murray goes off for 40 points in multiple games, people are going to want to somehow recognize what Jokic has been doing throughout these entire playoffs.
Plus, it's going to be a makeup for him not winning the MVP.
But he's not American.
You're looking at Joel.
That's
Embiid.
a good point. Give it to Murray.
You're looking at Joel Embiid and you're looking at Jokic saying, okay, like Jokic is better.
Yeah. There should be. By the way, there should be a postseason
it was like somewhat
MVP.
of a debate. Literally on this show a month and a half ago, and I don't hear it being a debate anymore.
No,
which
I'm
is
not
shocking.
debating that. No. Not debating it.
What's not? Jay?
Who would you rather have, Jokic or Joel Embiid?
I would rather, me personally, because I want both ends of the floor all the time. And I understand. Don't tell me anything about his health. I don't want to hear that.
Well, why not? That's factored into it.
I know, but Jay, come on, man. We just talking about pure
but we're not, though. It's the same way. If we were just talking about that, then you'll pick the Clippers every single year. Why don't you pick the Clippers?
Jay, let me ask you
because
this.
They're never healthy.
If Jimmy Butler never leaves
Jay,
Philadelphia, are we having a different conversation? If Butler never leaves Philly, are we thinking differently about Embiid because he's maybe won a title already, you know?
Sure.
So a lot of that is this. You want to see guys how they perform in these moments, right? And Jokic is getting the opportunity to show, and Embiid has not been this deep yet.
Yeah, I'll take both ends of the floor. I'm sorry.
What I'm seeing now, I got to take
because
Jokic. I got to take Jokic.
It's not because he's not American, because neither is Embiid. So there you go.
I got to take Jokic. What he's doing right now is ridiculous. 30-point triple-double with 20 boards in the finals.
I don't think it's a question.
Speaking of injuries, should Chris Paul's injuries and the fact that he hasn't won a championship, should that define him? Keyshawn, J. Will and Max, ESPN Radio.
The Suns are planning on waiving the point god himself, Chris Paul.
The bottom line, he's 38 years of age, one of the greatest point guards in NBA history. He's got to be in a position where he's competing for a championship.
More Keyshawn, J. Will and Max, next.
Vaccination provides lifelong protection against serious diseases, starting at birth
and continuing through childhood. Vaccines help protect us against hepatitis, polio, and more.
As we reach our teens, we're vaccinated against HPV and the cancers it can cause, as well as meningococcal disease and its potentially deadly effects.
And when we reach our 50s, we get the vaccine that protects us against shingles.
Learn how vaccines protect us throughout our lives at immunizations.la.gov.
I like to say that we're a 5-star hotel for airplanes. When people walk in these hangars, probably the most common thing I hear is, wow, these hangars are beautiful.
Mueller metal buildings are made to last.
A lot of people know Mueller makes a very good product. We like the metal. It withstands the test of time. It's hardy, and everybody was so easy to work with. If we had to do it over again, we would definitely stay with Mueller.
Find out more at MuellerINC.com.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Ooh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Give a little love. It's Macy's Friends and Family. Get an extra 30% off great gifts for him just in time for Father's Day when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off skincare, fragrance, and more. Or shop specials he'll love while supplies last. Give love, give style, now at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though?
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Hey guys, this is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you.
The Suns are planning on waiving the point god himself, Chris Paul.
The bottom line, he's 38 years of age, one of the greatest point guards in NBA history. He's got to be in a position where he's competing for a championship.
No true surprises. If you look at the Lakers and the Clippers, both of those opportunities make sense for different reasons. They've come up short based on expectations. He adds to that position big time for both of those squads.
I'm going back to the gallery. Keyshawn, J. Will. Let's try that again.
How now, brown cow.
Keyshawn, J. How now, brown cow. Keyshawn, J. Will and Max, ESPN Radio. What was the next list? You're doing Will Ferrell, but I forgot the next line.
The arsonist has odd-shaped feet.
Has oddly shaped feet. By the way, King McClure is hanging out with us, ESPN basketball analyst. What's going on, King?
You've been here the whole time.
Dogs, man.
Been here the whole time. Hey, should Chris Paul's injuries and failures define him? I, for one, say, no, come on.
See y'all running back in Lakers town? Yeah, the old squad again? Like Gary Payton and Karl Malone, and that's what y'all about to do?
You know, it'd be interesting if that was to take place to some degree. Now, I don't know. You know, he's got the $15 million buyout on the $30-something million.
Well, he already got waived, so they gave him. I mean,
well,
like he's gonna get.
No. Here, let's get caught up on the news. Phoenix Suns ownership and executives had a series of conversations with Chris Paul and his reps on his future with the franchise on Wednesday. That's yesterday, including the possibility that he could be waived by the NBA's June 28 guarantee date on his contract. That's what sources have told ESPN. The Suns insist they're still working through several possibilities for Chris Paul's future, and reiterated that his representatives later Wednesday afternoon, they reiterated that they're still working through several possibilities to Chris Paul's representatives yesterday afternoon, sources said.
Okay, good. I'm glad you cleared that up. So if, in fact, Jay, he becomes available and he's got some cash flow that the Suns have given him to move on, I would welcome him with open arms to be a part of the team. Now, that doesn't mean he has to be the starting point guard. Maybe he becomes part of a second unit or something along those lines, but a very important part of the team. That's what I would do.
So before, Max, you were talking about the fact about at this stage of his career, injuries define him, right?
I think injuries, if to tell the story of Chris Paul, right? You know how they say a Hall of Famer is someone where if you tell the story of an era, you can't do it without mentioning them, right? Mm-hmm. Is Draymond Green a Hall of Famer? To me, he is. I can't talk about this era of basketball and not talk about Draymond Green. How do you do it, right? In the Hall of Fame of Chris Paul's career, because he is going to be a Hall of Famer, injuries and failure to win a championship they're in the Hall of Fame of his career. Like, you can't really describe his career without touching on those, because one's related to the other, probably. If Chris Paul had better health in the playoffs, he probably already has a championship.
You see, King, I love CP3. I think he's a Hall of Fame point guard. He's one of the best point guards to ever play the game of basketball. But if I'm the Lakers, even if I can get him on the cheap, if he were to get waived, okay, I'm not sure I want that. I feel like I need an insertion of adrenaline, youth to a degree. Because Key, the only way, and I'm just asking King, because I feel like I get
King.
Yeah, King McClure.
No, it sounded like you said King.
No, King.
There you go.
I feel like when at the end of the year, it's always a point where something happens to him. Key and I always talk about that. Certain things happen to certain people when you feel like you need them. Like, once again, this year with him again. And if I already got that issue potentially with LeBron at 38, do I want to add another dimension to that, even if it is on the cheap?
Yeah. Well, that's why you put him in a lesser role.
Yes.
Ability is availability. And like you just said, there's times where you need him the most. He's not there. He's not available. So that's why you put him in a role that's not the primary point guard, so that if he does go down, if he does get injured, then you already have your starter. You already have a guy who can play those minutes, and he can just be a backup, which might lessen the injuries because he's not having to do so much like he was asked to do in Phoenix.
We think CP3 wants to be a backup at this stage of his career?
No, but see, that's why I said what I said, like KM just did, Jay. I'm like, I would accept him in a different role, because right now for him, he's at a place where he's chasing a championship.
Yeah.
That, he's done everything else. He's going to Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest guards to ever do it on both levels. Now it's about trying to find a championship, whether I'm one of the top 5 on the team or top 8 on the team. I'm chasing a championship.
So, Key, if CP3 is trying to chase a chip and he doesn't believe that can happen in Phoenix, and if he still wants to play and lead a team, he needs to go to Boston.
But see, you keep saying lead a team.
Hear me. He needs to go to Boston. He needs to become a Celtic. Like, the Celtics are missing a floor general.
I love the fit. I honestly love the fit now that you mention it.
That leader that you wonder about for Jason Tatum, for Jaylen Brown.
But you just said the injuries. You don't want to put – you just said, Jay, what – the injuries.
But they have Marcus Smart and Malcolm Brogdon.
You have well, that's what I'm saying. That's the best fit for you.
Well, look, it might be a
best
different
fit for you.
If you may be true about the fit in different teams, but we were talking about the Lakers.
Right? I know. We
didn't open up the floor.
I changed it. I changed it to another team.
Some slick stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just saying.
King, do you agree with the Celtics thing? I love the fit now that he mentioned it.
I love the fit because there's no pressure on him to be able to perform. What he does is he helps Marcus Smart become a better leader, a better floor general, but there's no pressure on him. So if he goes down, if he's not available when they need him the most, it's okay.
And by the way, he can still shoot it and everything.
And by the way, Sam Cassell is now on your bench, right? Yeah. With Joe Mazzulla. Now you have that person who's in the locker room and says, no, wake up. This is what we need to do. But also can play, hold on, he also can play on the court and can help them navigate those difficult times where it seems like there's no pilot. Right.
But can we get back? I agree. I think it's a great fit. But let's examine the Lakers for a second. I do think that it makes some sense for the Lakers because if he can be had on the cheap, because he's already getting, if he gets bought out, or waived and gets bought out, he's going to get 15-something million, right? So that takes up a lot. If he can be had on the cheap, then even if you pencil them in, you say, we're going to try to keep it closer to the 25 minutes or under a game. So, Chris, so that you're healthy for the playoffs. It's not that you can't still play. It's that we'd like you to play those minutes through the playoffs. That's why we're bringing you in, right? So if you can sell that to them, that does make some sense for them, Jay. You don't think it makes sense for the Lakers?
I mean, I think what else are you surrounded? Is he just an additive piece?